baganda baffe tubaaniriza omukolo gwaffe waneene erira ku ofiisi yaffe empya nga bemulaba mundaawo ezimu ku programu zetugezaako kukwasaganya mukadde kano era nga mwenna abali ku lukutu buli atuuka tukusaba sharinga tusobole okuba nga tutagayoko shares eziwera lwansonga nti tugenda kuggulawo regional sub office wane waffe mu northern Uganda wano erira buli ajja yita munno osharinge sobola okuba nti omukolo tukukwasaganya buli atuuka sharinga tutambuze omukolo gwaffe waneeno nga bwemulaba bebamu ku bamemba baffe nga tuli ku ofiisi yaffe ng'abamu kumwe baganda baffe bakoze omulimu ogw'amaanyi nga bwemulaba buli kimu katukikwasaganya obulungi bwakyo buli atuuka nkwegayiridde sharinga olabe eki kyetugezaako okwogera bwe tuba gye tuba eno mu geto zaffe nga tutambuza ekigambo kino temulowooza nti tuba tuli mu kusaaga kyetubaako tuba tukikakasa era tuba tukimiininga nti bannange mwenna abali bemukola omulimu gw'amaanyi okuba nti omukolo guno tugutambuza mu bulungi bwagwo buli ali eyo yenna bw'otuuka sharinga message eno ebuna etuuke ku buli omu ensonga nga bwemuziraba bwezitu bwe ziri wano erira batugenda okulonkinga sub-region ono mu district eyerira erenza eyemu ku baana y'omukulembeze waffe ow'ekkuumi addako Robert Kyagulanyi Sentamu era muganda wange wenna ali eyo kubuulira nti ekiri wano kyo kyebalezaako Mukama Katonda kyali waffe muganda waffe n'owamuto kwalinyo buli atuuka nkwebaza era nkusaba sharinga message eno ebune buli wamu buli abali abadde baga nti ate Kyagulanyi ali mu kibuga wokka bakakase bakkirize nti Kyagulanyi buli wamu buli wootuuka Kyagulanyi bamutegeera era tumwebaza ku mulimu gwakola na buli kyakwasaganya so buli atuuka nkusaba busabi sharinga message olabe tugezaako okwogera namwe mulabe mukakase nti bannange ebintu bye tukola buli ali eyo obaako omulimu gw'okola ekitono ky'oweereza mukakase nti omulimu gwe mukola guba munene nnyo baganda bange so tubeebaliza ddala nti munnange bino bye bimu ku bibala bye tukola so buli ali eyo nkusaba sharinga message eno olabe ki ekiri wano ku sub-region yaffe empya gye tugenda okulonkinga oba okuggulawo muganda wange wenna ali eyo kwebaza nti omulimu gw'okola gugw'amaanyi ddala nnyo so wenna ali eyo tetuggwamu maanyi ku nsonga yaffe Kyagulanyi ku ntikko eri kuzikiza baganda bange omulimu gwe tukola gwo baganda bange namwe omulimu gwe mukola si mutono era buli bwe tutuuka bagamba bannange kyekiri wano bino tubagumya ne tubazzaamu amaanyi nti bannange Kyagulanyi yabuna ensi tiri atamumanyi buli wootuuka ebbanga otwamala doddiwanika baganda bange so buli atuuka sharinga tuweze ku shares nezibeera 3 oba 5 kiba kyamaanyi nnyo. Buli muzoganyi wenna bw'otuuka bw'oti sharing a message eno muganda wange. Buli atuuka sharing a message. Etuuke kwabo, etuuke kwoyo yenna ali eyo muganda wange. Era nga zizimu ku nteekateeka nga bw'olaba bakama bange awo we bali. Tuli ku nteekateeka kuwanika bbaana y'omukulembeze waffe Kyagulanyi Sentamu. President ow'ekkumi addako. Era nga 2021 tuli mu ntebe. Ajja tuwulira. Songa zino tuba tuzoogerako abamulowooza tuli mu kusaaga. Naye nga amazima ga Katonda mu ggulu. Omulimu ku gulawundi. Kika. Muganda wange ali eyo. Buli atuuka mbalawo tugenda kuyingira 10 naye buli atuuka asharinga message. Bajja kukkiriza ndi Kyagulanyi. Gambye ne bamusinza muganda wange. Kitegeera. Buli wootuuka teri atamanyi Kyagulanyi. Kulembeze wafaddako. Buli wootuuka bagamba bannaye nga abamu baganda batuuka n'otugamba nange nga mwalwawo. Nedda n'ekyamukisa mulungi tutuukidde ddala kaseera. Kali akaalagirwa era nga ffe bali pulezidenti bayogerako fe abaliko. Abaali batunyooma kati keekadde baganda bange. Kitegeera.
Hello comrades, how are you over there? Gye buli muli mutya abaganda bange abanyabo n'abasebo muli mutya mugamba ki? Nze Peter Obediu Samuel, commonly known as Strike Machine. Nze ni regional liaisons. Somebody in charge of mobilization and coordination. The national platform in charge of the entire northern Uganda. I always be staged at the regional offices for the national platform in Kulu. I'm going to give you a brief preamble in regards to northern Uganda. In northern Uganda, we have 4 great sub-regions, and among which we have West Nile sub-region, which is the other side of the Nile. We have a Chole sub-region, which is the other side. Right up here, we are in Lango sub-region, which is where we're going to officially unveil our offices today, which will help operationalize Lango sub-region's affairs for the National Unity Platform in regards to mobilization and championing the agenda of the National Unity Platform and its mission in regards to the future generation and what NUP has for Uganda. Then we also have Karamoja sub-region. Karamoja sub-region is that side of Moroto and all those stuff. So we have like over 33 districts, like over 35. We get into 35, 37 something districts. So far we've made moves. We've been we set foot here sometimes back. We participated. By the way, I still serve as the Deputy National Youth Coordinator of the National Unity Platform in charge of Northern Uganda. We participated in the youth elections. We got a number of multiple supports and votes, though we also accessed the ground a little late than other political parties which were then operating. But we had some really promising results. Like in West Nile sub-region, our best performing sub-region was West Nile sub-region in northern Uganda, where we tagged was Obongi district, Zombo, and Obongi, Zombo, and I think Obongi. Those were our major results. We got the best results, the best performing districts in northern Uganda, followed by in Kitukum district, which is in Acholi sub-region, where we also got some very powerful support, some powerful positive feedback, where we had a number of candidates going through for the village youth elective positions. Then also in Lango sub-region, in some of the districts like Dokolo, Oyam and Kole, we also had some very promising results for the village youth election processes. You know, youth elections or special interest groups election is a process. It has stages. We start from the village, we go to the parish, then we go to the sub-county, then we go to the district, where there are stages of elections. You know, so we faced some very big challenges, especially during the more so during the sub-county youth elections processes, whereby you find NRM came with a lot of money and bought of candidates, bought of voters, bought of people. So they bought of most of the voters. So you find like somebody comes with the 5 times each and gives to each voter. Not that he's having the money, but he's giving the money to splash, to buy voters. So we face that challenges. Many people turned away, based on the fact that Museveni has marginalized this part of the country, the entire country, whereby people feel, money should be given to, and we are trying to change that kind of view, whereby, it doesn't need somebody to give you money for you to vote for the right candidate for yourselves, as the citizen, or as a candidate, or even as a voter. You must have a meaning or a reason as to why you're going to vote. You should have a purpose for voting, because it's your right and stipulated in the constitution of the country.
Right.
So by you letting somebody buy you to go and vote them, you are abusing your own rights, or somebody is even paying you to abuse yourselves. So in other words, I'm trying to call upon all Ugandans and all citizens that this time around, as we are heading to 2021 general elections, we need to really try to focus so much on the quality and category and kind of leaders we send to represent us for the various positions, starting from the ball keeper, LC1, until the presidency.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in regards to National Unity Platform, we are championing what we call a generational kind of agenda. Yeah. In Northern Uganda, we have what we call the Northern Uganda agenda, whereby we look at the perspective of bridging the generational gap. Yeah. In Uganda, we have leadership crisis, more so, whereby you find people who grabbed the power are stuck now in power and do not want anybody to come up and replace them. Yeah. So they feel like, they are the people, and they are Uganda, and they are everything. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it has really brought what we call leadership crisis, whereby we are not even sure of the fate of Uganda after they are gone, because now they are not breeding new genes of leadership into the community, whereby you find. So we are trying, as National Unity Platform, we are championing that cause. Then also as National Unity Platform, we are asking, we are putting forward this question, and we are giving in an answer that is it possible for Uganda as a country, since independence, for the first time in its history, to attain what we call a peaceful transition, change in power through voting? Akalulu. Tusolagenda mo akalulu, like to let me say somebody to lead us. As, like Embera, something like that. Right. So somebody to lead us through voting, because it's stipulated in the constitution, and the constitution says that the citizen has the power and rights to determine who should stand for them and who should lead them. Now the people like NRM and Museveni and these people who come to buy you as a voter, they are not only abusing you or insulting you, but they're paying you to abuse your rights. So they're abusing your rights 2 times, because they will pay you and they will want you to go and vote for them. Right. Museveni has been winning elections for the past time basing on intimidation, by using intimidation and also bribery. Now he has even started now threatening. They have been killing a number of our comrades. Really, we pray for our comrades we have lost in the struggle from the beginning. We started the struggle as national. We really pray for their souls, that may their souls rest in eternal peace. Amen. Meanwhile, as Ugandans, we still continue championing. As a young generation, we still continue championing that it's possible for us as Ugandans to first of all reclaim back our country, and we own our country. Right. As far as now I'm concerned, our country has been tagged by certain cliques of mafia from a certain particular tribe with selfish interest, who think they can, who thinks without them Uganda cannot go anywhere, or who think that they can push the country to champion their own interests and own interests. They have been selling, like statistically. The reason why I say like that, statistically, when Museveni took over power in 1986, there were like over 142 industries and farms. Those farms were established to help generate revenue to run government affairs, or to generate revenue to run the day-to-day activities of the nation. Yeah. So now, like those 142 farms, including the hotels, you talk of Sheraton, talk of what, Chobe, Safari Hotel, the one in Para and all those stuff. They've sold those, he has privatized those things. Either he has given this to his loyal generals or to his tribe men who are with him in the struggle, who has even sold them to the foreign investors. You go to even this Mubende here. Mubende, UPDF has chunked square miles of land, and have even given those land to the British companies or these Chinese companies to plant coffee. Instead of empowering Ugandans to ensure that they plant the coffees and sell it to the, and he talks of boosting production. We are not even anywhere in the production. He killed all the cooperatives which were supposed to help all those cooperatives which were supposed to help, which were acting like, say, breeding ground for future entrepreneurs. Because the cooperatives were like, once you finish the institution of learning, you come and grow practically, you know. Theory, institution of learning, our education system is even much more focusing on a theoretical part. Now, we look at the perspective, why don't we bring a breeding chain whereby young people are bred to make them responsible citizens in the near time to come? Those are the kind of things that we've been trying to look at, that we are even championing as we look. Now he talks of going to construct roads in Congo. Right now, you know what Uganda is facing. You see these roads here? In Gulu, in Acholi sub-region, even in some parts of Western Uganda, including East, roads are too bad. But he's going to construct roads in the names of trying to say that, you know, they want to do trade. Trade with the Congo. What kind of trade do you have? Secondly, we have not even had any paperwork with the Congo, with the DRC government, to ensure that, you know, we are constructing for Europe, and this is what we expect in return. We have not gotten that. Right. There is no any paperwork, they're just going to do it. And worst of all, they're using taxpayers' money to go and construct those roads. Right. You get it? Now, what guarantee do we have that Congo will buy our products? You know what I think is that Museveni right now have a fall apart with his counterparts. Let me say, like Kagame, they're not in good terms. Right. In Kenya, you go and find that he used to export his milk product, because he owns the dairy projects in Uganda. Right. So he used to export his milk product to Kenya. Now Uhuru and the team, they saw that it was overpowering their own, you know, the market for their own product, you know, milk from Kenya Island, milk product. When I talk of milk product, I talk from yogurt, nido, lato, all those things, those are milk products. So when you talk of milk, it's a complex perspective whereby varieties of things are processed, including even sweets. Right. So they found that, you know, that thing was overpowering the market for the local goods that they, you know, that they were producing within the country. So what they did to levy what they call tariff barriers on the milk products from Uganda. So now Museveni is feeling, now Sudan is not a good place for trading. But honestly speaking, I've even traveled in Congo, I've moved up to Zaire. The roads are okay. They're fairly okay actually, compared to that of Uganda. Right. So now there are places in which you find in northern Uganda here where you find people are even, women are even producing on the roadside because they could have failed to access the hospital because of the poor road services. Just in Amoro here, in Acholi sub-region. You get it? So when we talk of purposes of service delivery, we are totally at zero. If you give Museveni's government 0%, and corruption 99.9%. You get it? Because almost every money that is brought in is corrupted and is stolen, looted, and all this by selfish individuals in the NRM regime. You get it? So now the citizens are just there, you know, and this one makes me call upon this, let me start with Ugandans. Ugandans who are abroad. I need to let you know one thing, that outside Uganda, I'm talking about Ugandans outside Uganda. Now one is very unfortunate that Ugandan government, or the Museveni and his government, they've not put in a regulation or a constitutional bit of it that protects the rights or protects the livelihood or the safety of the Ugandans outside Uganda. You get it? Yeah. The safety of Ugandans outside Uganda is at stake because there is no any constitutional part which, you know, stands for them. So that's one problem that we have. But still, I need to tell you, comrades outside there, Havana, Uganda, everybody, you need to understand that the most precious place to live in is home. Right. This is our home. This is our Canaan. Because even in the Bible, you hear the Israelites left from Egypt and went to Canaan. Do you think our ancestors point out any other place that we will go and live in after after us keeping quiet and watching Museveni ruin the entire nation? No. This is our home and this is our everything. And this is what we must die fighting to defend and protect for the purposes of a better tomorrow. Because we shall be questioned as by the next generation. What did you do? Right. You get it? So those are some of the few things that, you know, we need to try to begin championing and trying to polish. You know, as national platform, we are not enemy of anybody. We still left in people power as a platform for alliance for people who believe in change. You know, people power still exists. That's why you see our logo for national platform and people power also on the side. You get it? So yes, we still continue calling upon Ugandans, calling upon citizens. Do not accept to just be bought to go and vote for somebody. You must have a reason, a purpose for voting somebody, because that is your constitutional right. How do you exercise it? Do you abuse it? You need to understand that after voting today in 2021, you will stay for 5 years until 2026. Whether being you voted a right candidate, you voted a stupid candidate, you voted a corrupt leader, you voted a thief, you voted that, you will still stay for 5 years and then you can exercise your constitutional right. You never know. They might even manipulate the constitution to make it to 7 years. You know these people here. You get it? So we still call upon Ugandans, upon young generations, upon comrades from across the corner of the country, east, west, south, north, and Central Uganda, let's champion the agenda of making the possibility for the first time in history of Uganda to change power or to make transition possible through elections, not through working on other dead bodies to get into state house like the Museveni did in '86. And he's now going against what he even fought against, what he fought for. Actually, he's doing exactly what his predecessors or what people he succeeded and he did. So he's not any different. He has clinged into power. He's not even. It's even very unfortunate. This face mask I just spotted. Government came in that they were going to process face mask for. Is it? The request is it for 52 billion
yeah, sure.
Yes, shillings to process face mask. Did they even bring face mask to Uganda?
It's unfortunate even when you hear about other districts and they're all complaining.
Yes, and now again they've put in a budget of 5.7 billion shillings that they want to process face mask for students. Well, students not part of Uganda. I thought they budgeted enough money to ensure that they process face masks for Ugandans, right. Which also is in a subsection of the citizens of Uganda is also the students. Now you say you want to process you want another billions, a number of billions of shillings to process to manufacture more face masks for students. As if students were not part of the Ugandans who were budgeted for initially during the time when they were budgeting for manufacturing COVID-19. I mean, face masks for the citizens. So you see, they are contradicting everything as if they're not students now. They've even failed to account for the money they collected, the donations that they collected from the citizens, from the well-wishers in regards to fighting COVID-19 pandemic. Rwagana Rukuna disappeared. I've never seen him even. The Prime Minister, he was the one chairing that task force. Where is he? He has not accounted. The last time I saw him was when he was going for self-isolation, when he was, Simania, he was that they got in COVID-19, which I don't even know. He has disappeared. He has never appeared anywhere to even make accountability for anything. Now, what kind of governance is that? You get money, you don't deliver? Is that madness? And we, the citizens, keep quiet watching you, doing all whatever counting that you're doing. You know what he's trying to do? They're trying, now he has come with a certain scenario. He's thinking that he can use intimidation, he can use bribery, he can bribe people to go to his side. Like, they're very, very confused northern Ugandans who have joined him, you know, in his things. So I need to tell you something that we as the young people, it's time for us to rise up. It's time for us to champion our agenda for equal representation, you know, in regards to, let me say, representation. I do not mean that we are to go to parliament or we are to go to, you know, to the various elective positions, but representation in a perspective whereby I say youth are incorporated into the what we call, they're incorporated into the economy, in the economy sector. They say they brought what we call the livelihood program, the youth livelihood program. Do you know what was happening in the youth livelihood program? They could come. When they come, they send a team. The team come and train a group of youth. They decide for you even what the project you're supposed to have as a group of youth. They decide for you. While deciding, they come and train you. How can you train somebody how to take care of birds, this poultry, for a period of 1 week, and you expect them to deliver or to take care of those projects? That is impossible. They should need to understand that when it comes to limits like knowledge, that's why people go to schools and take years. You see, like in a university, you go and take 3 years for you to be incorporated into that profession, because that is a new thing that you used to not. So because the knowledge you are trying to get is going to be something that will be for entire life. Now, when we come to a perspective of you going to train young people in the villages, you have not even secured for them the market, but you're training them and giving them projects. Projects, you have not secured the market, they're not sure of the fate of that market, they're not sure of it. So now, you find you already have a very big problem. You give money, but you have begged the people to use the money. Then how can they deliver? Those are the kind of things that we are trying to fight. You need to be professional in your ways of doing it. Do not bring for us politicians to come and run for us projects which matters into, most of those politicians do not know what they call economy. Anyway, leaving that perspective aside, I would like also to really appreciate these particular individuals. I would like to really appreciate these particular individuals. Number one, Boston Club, with those of Tim John. I've been communicating with John. I really appreciate you so much for all what you've been doing. Today, this place like this, today Northern Uganda has proceeded or has progressed because of the small efforts that you've been really doing in regards to the struggle to support wherever way possible and all this stuff. I'm really very grateful in a special way, Northern Uganda, on behalf of the Northern Region National Unity Platform. I'm really very grateful. And we pray that you live long and you really see the fruit of the struggle, because that is also contributing. By contributing to the struggle, you're in a struggle as well as in this book. And
Yes,
call upon all other Ugandans who are also in position of doing similar work like our comrade has done. Please join hands. Now, coming to a perspective of, we have a comrade called Nua Mutwe. Nua Mutwe, you first come. Nua Mutwe.
Yeah.
Nua Mutwe, I've known him for some times.
Good.
I'm really very much privileged, my brother. I'm so privileged. And I don't know, I'm even speechless. I don't know what I should tell you to make you feel we are really appreciating, or we really appreciate your efforts that you're doing for the people of Northern Uganda, or you are doing in Northern Uganda. We are very grateful, and we are really very much indebted by all what you've been doing. You've been doing it with conviction, and you've actually been inspiring people down here in the grassroots. You've done a lot in regards to the struggle. I'm really calling upon you, comrades. Whenever tomorrow Nua Mutwe will come, that he needs support, or he needs campaign materials, please come wholesomely, come as a team, join hands and support the struggle. Nua Mutwe has been doing a lot for Northern Uganda. For the few times that he has been in Northern Uganda, he has really exhibited the highest level of mobilization strategy. And secondly, we need to incorporate him into the Northern Uganda mobilization team as him to chair, because he has done it really very well. He doesn't play necktie politics. Necktie politics, I mean office politics. He doesn't play office politics or necktie politics, but he does the groundwork politics, door-to-door campaigns. And that one needs things like campaign posters, campaign materials like these banners and all that stuff. So he has really exhibited the highest level of service delivery. He has exhibited the highest level of leadership in as far as mobilization is concerned. And we continue praying that, my brother, you remain healthy, you be safe all your time. May God always protect you, and always continue doing whatever you're doing. Your efforts will never go unrecognized or unrewarded. You will always be rewarded in whatever way possible by the Almighty.
Right.
Thank you so much, Nua Mutwe. I still call upon you, comrades across Africa and outside Africa, even within Uganda. Whenever Nua Mutwe comes to request for support or for assistance, please stand with him. Support all whatever he comes in, because it's not just only getting from you, but it's also delivering, and it's also making whatever you are doing reaches the ground. It's preaching the gospel of change. Thank you so much, comrade Nua Mutwe. And also like to appreciate my brother Michael Adonyo. My brother Michael Adonyo, I have known him for some very good time. He's a senior comrade. You look at him, he's thin, but the size doesn't matter.
All right, it's true, brother.
From the cover,
Right.
Do not judge the book from the cover. Comrade Adonyo has done a lot of things and a lot of work. It has made excessive effort. Sometimes he has even sacrificed his resources. He has even risked his life to ensure that today we have what we call the Lango Sub-Regional National Unity Platform offices in Lira City. We are really very much grateful, Comrade Adonyo. I really thank you so much, and I really keep praying for you, and I really say that continue pushing forward, continue doing what you've been doing, continue, do not give up. Even if you are threatened or you are intimidated, and also just continue moving forward. The Almighty who made heaven and earth and who made this possible will always be with you.
Amen.
At this right hand.
Right.
Thank you so much, Comrade Adonyo. He's called Adonyo Michael Chris. He's the chairperson for the Lango Sub-Regional team. He's the Lango Sub-Regional coordinator for the National Platform. So he's holding a bit. Do not judge by the size of his body. He's thin, but what is in his brain? Past the brain of somebody part in government, who cannot reason soberly. So these are the kind of people we want, young people trying to take up leadership position and try to exhibit that, you parents do not send us to institution of learning, not just to go and study, but you sent us to go and learn and come and use what we've learned from institution of learning in an appropriate way to help change the livelihood of the community. When Adonyo Michael joins National Unity Platform as a coordinator or as somebody chairing the activities of the party in the entire sub-region of Lango sub-region has how many districts? 9 districts. Do not think that he has just joined to that. He's an expert. He's experienced and also delivering to the community. This is one perspective, the aspect of delivering that he has learned from the institution of learning and wants to try to also inspire other young people to also do similar things. Because just like I always say, refer to the Bible, National Unity Platform, all people power, all the gospel of change that you see we are championing right now. Even if Museveni do away with all of us, this thing will still remain. And time will come when we have to go, and it's going very soon. Museveni is at this evening, by the way, in as far as leadership is concerned. We are going to kick his ass out of power. It comes 2021. Even if, whether being peacefully or forcefully, he will go, because we want him to go, and he must go. So issues of tampering will not work. He has been also using another strategy of diversion. He has been trying to bring very many approaches to ensure that he confuses people. Just during the time when, after National Unity Platform unveiling and launching and every stuff, and following the rightful procedures with every document, you find they have come with the Chibalama saga. Those are diversionary kind of tactics that Museveni is using. They know now, why is it that they're coming right now? Why don't they go for other political party? Now, a political party, I need to tell you Ugandans, a political party is a 501c4. Means it's an organization which cannot be sold nor bought. You get it? It's a 501c4. According to international law, we have it. It is what we call a 501c4. You can go and read that subsection. Even in the constitution of Uganda, you can still get it. Whereby it cannot be bought nor sold. So now when Chibalama comes that Bobi owes him, is it $5 million? Is it 3 or 5?
It was 5.
$5 million. He's dreaming. You see that somebody is not dealing. You had the contradicting story that he was telling in the court the other time. Right. And here we are going for the court on the 16th. Those are still wastage of time. What we are focusing on as young people is to mobilize and to ensure that we inform the voters. We are mobilizing and informing them, sensitizing them in whichever way possible, so that they understand that they are going to vote not for just the purpose of voting, but they are going to make a very big impact into the rest of change, and also making things formalized, reclaiming back the country to Ugandans themselves.
Well, brother, here there are some of our members who are trying to say that if possible, maybe you can try to translate and maybe in the motherland language, so that maybe some others also can come to understand, brother.
Yes, for you, Mata, one Danmotie, Danmotie for Lobukawing, Danmotie, Uganda, can Danmotie, Anya Kilwon, you bid you somewhere. Pour la carte dans l'ouane strike machine. I am a beru malo doctor wedge ki pok wedge for National Unity Platform Kumalimi Uganda ki sub-regions marama ngwen mati ye actually sub-region Lango sub-region ma wati ye kubichawa ni ma office of ka unveiling ka launching kubichawa ni ki Karamoja sub-region mono the other side then West Nile sub-region wati ki sub-regions angwen the deputy president ngatmati door activities pa National Unity Platform Department in entire sub-region entire region northern region NAT kilwoni Dr. Lina Zedriga Waru Abuku NAT deputy president Mati Dora and Polakar Basin Bulu which I take committed and Madung Mirano Bekanya come but I decided to come a bin where I be chung and Kerman or Ankere delegating and carrying a bichum and Kona serving Kello regional liaison Abeka serving Kel deputy national youth coordinator for National Youth Platform. That's saying try to increase the volume. Yeah, Abeka Chumkel deputy national youth coordinator for National Youth Platform Kumalimi Uganda we are participating again where we Babulu Ibolu Babulu Aberi ye Babulu Ma wa yero wa Charoki village in ye Babulu Yape deep process these stages mapa dule mapa Charoki Char village be in parish he ake parish chair dock year ye sub county ake sub county chair district so watimu gineni mere Charoki village yape mabe wa beru ki lodge madung West Nile you bong get our beru ki a very good results being ya actually sub-region kan obong West Nile oberu bongi ki yaro moyo oberu ke very good results being actually sub-region kan oberu ki a very good impact also Kitgum municipality and Char Mugo Mikitu district so yeah ki gene see oberu ki impact when madung now to be China ma oberu kan oberu to be China launching and building National Unity Platform the sub-regional office mobile serving activities for National Unity Platform in as far as mobilization he don't get mukeni noop and noop so we have officer with China actually Milan sub-region kan mano budor activities for National Unity Platform in districts abong when Milan sub-region ma tutela Milan sub-region ki chalo Antonio Mike ki water and Jolmoni Dan okelo Daniel o bero chalo general secretary Lango sub-region adonya mai furo karman no ya gita tim tim madung mada irrigation mobilization ana foye mata afoye gi beyond for bange o kelma miara lokere nyo kelma miara tim ge nyorne watika foye tim magi mari tim ne but we are really very grateful watika foye gi then another thing watika look about jalom kulwoni nuwa mutwe bero ngat moma bero ngapon mapangi o kelma miara describing again utim je madung mada irrigation struggle actually loyo wa wan jomo kene ma watika holding the various position but NPG position mo again but it's just a mobilizer la ruwe mere kila pok ngeki woro ko la kar ken penki posters ki bana minene mo pok ngeki ken wax minene mo wax ngo mati katime national platform ajena pa national platform kini pelwa nyo pia nywele mi Uganda ngeo ken ma jemno beru kere kar mo kar ngeki national platform feeling mi weko wax ngeo ngeki mamegi because we gutemo mi beru ki chalo countrywide consultation but Museveni ki gameta me go bien busa bukaji go bien ya guys ki bega block one pe team consultation countrywide so we are one work be chain petty engagement di muye minimum one more machalo national platform neno wa pe anwele mi Uganda kini neno wa pe anyim kini so anata mo ni mo ku be chain nyero jebu wango be chain anwele mi Uganda ni mo dire me ge de cha bolokui pe chet ka bolokui pieni we chet ka bolokui no pieni ni no ni tini no bolokui chet ka bolokui pieni nyew ni mono ina ye tu aro mi machalo anwele mi Uganda ni bolokui mi bigit we am year ngar mam yor tumpi yen kam i position mo ken taki la gok tangi way president so ku bi chan ma chalo national watika tim war ko voter sensitization ko ngi gol wa we wa ma do bol kui ku ngi pingo gi cerka bol kui because jomo ken ti bol kui piene gune ane mu bol kui ti pingo pingo mi ti bol kui pingo ite cer bol ngi nen ngat ma wi ma yi romu tumpi yen ma romu tumpi yen ma romu tumpi yen ka manu yen miro kon no megi ma chala tela o megi i ka bere i position mo ken manu geti yen ma ko nenu ken mi doro tela i lobu ma megwa ma chalo anwele mi Uganda nerwe we ko nenu ken mi waron poko waron kilo pok ma rom Museveni uma be worry country when vote love Uganda kan ni ta poko ngit mi operation well creation but that's what he said he was serving the information or preaching the gospel of operational well creation dana dia mere uti ulon kan how many people are rich now how many people are rich you look at this man here rolling a bicycle with the gun you get it nobody has gotten rich and he was saying that he has been preaching the gospel of operation well creation where is the wealth? How many are rich? My friend, are you rich?
No.
My friend, are you rich? Then what is it? Those are lies. You get it?
Exactly.
So, and this is the kind of thing you get it? We should fight this kind of lies and expose the lies to the public so that everybody in the world knows. Even his children, the children of Muslims should know that, your father has been lying to Ugandans for a very long, for over 34 years now. That's why he has been containing and let me say, he has been stuck in power and in this dictatorship government. He has been lying. That's why he sometimes ends up intimidating people who speak the truth about him, about all these lies that have been making. So, let's keep in touch. The mobilization continues. National platform will continue championing the agenda across the northern Uganda, the northern corridor, and we shall continue serving the purpose for which the people and the constitution of Uganda stands for. As national platform, we don't have guns, we don't have money, we don't have even soldiers, but we have the people, and with the people, we shall get to the promised land. And with the people, we shall reclaim back this country and bring sanity in all the arms of leadership in this country. Thank you so much. I still remain Obediu Samuel, commonly known as Strike Machine, as many of you say, or many call me. I am the liaison officer, National Platform in charge of Northern Uganda, and also the Deputy National Youth Coordinator, National Platform, Northern Uganda. Thank you so much. We keep in touch.
Well, thank you, brother. Baganda bange bonna ababaddeko abe bamu ku basajja betwogerako waneeno nti bo bayimirira ku kigambo kyabwe teboogera bwogezi nga babadde omuwulira comrade munnaffe musajja kagamba bw'omutuukako oyinza omulaba nga bw'abadde nga bw'omulaba mu butono bwe naye ye musajja ayimirira ku kigambo kye era ebigambo bwedda byatuwulira bannange era ebisinga tekuli kipya kyayogedde kitugamba nti kyekino era mu butuufu nga bwabyogedde babyesengese nga ge mazima mu butuufu bw'otuuka erira eno muganda wange wenaaliko kusaba sharing message eno kiyinza okwewuunyisa nti mu butuufu ng'omukulembeze bw'agamba atulagira agamba ogenda okulima amakubo gyagenda agamba kulima Kongo naye mu butuufu bw'otuuka eno n'amaziga gakuyita mu muganda wange ne weebuuza nti omusajja mu butuufu akolerera Uganda oba alina akakundi k'abantu be bakola nabo emirimu gye. So n'olwekyo baganda bange mwenna abali eyo temugwamu maanyi, teri kuzikiza baganda bange. Ensonga eno tugiremereko mpaka nga Kyagulanyi tumaze omutuusa mu ntebe 2021 Kyagulanyi ye president wafaddako. Kugambye ekiri mu northern wano muganda wange wenna ali eyo oyinza okubeera wobeera n'ogamba nti Uganda obalira nti northern, naye muganda wange abasajja abamalirivu muganda wange. Bwe twogera ku kintu kino nti bannange tukulembeze Kyagulanyi president wafaddako bannange, ebigambo bino tuleme kubiteeka buteesi mu bigambo bamukamwa nedda, ne mu bikolwa tubiragenga. N'abaana baffe abadde balijagala kakasa nti mu butuufu twalwanira eggwanga lyaffe, eggwanga tulize mu mikono gy'abantu ba bulijjo bennyini basobola okuba nti balina kye beekulirawo ng'abantu, ng'obuyinza buli mikono gy'abantu, ng'omuntu osolokera ku makya n'asaba n'agamba nedda ono gwe njagala nkiikiridde mu paliamenti, nti ono gundi alina okunkola bino byenjagala. So n'olwekyo baganda bange mwenna abali gye muli, bwe twogera ku nsonga eno tuba tukikakasa. So wenna ali eyo muganda wange, ekintu kino tukikwase n'amaanyi. Kyagulanyi bannange tumuwanise, teri kuzikiza baganda bange. So n'olwekyo n'olwebigambo ebyo byonna byonna tugenda ara emikolo tujja kubanga tugibaweereza nga gire live. Nga tugenda kugulawo ofiisi yaffe mu Lango sub-region, nga n'olwekyo baganda bange mbasaba nti wenna ali eyo abadde ali wala sembera kuba kati kigenda kutokota nga si kisandiikire. Kyagulanyi tulina omuwanika baganda bange, ekitegeera buladi. So baganda bange mwenna gye muli tubeebaza abaakoze omulimu gwonna okulaba nga ofiisi yaffe yiiyo mugiraba, yeyo ofiisi yaffe wano mu Lango sub-region. Baganda bange omulimu gwe mukola bannange mugeze twongeremu bwongezi kuba kino mu butuufu bali kutwewunya beebuuza kiki ekiri wano, naye nga muganda wange siga nti mu butuufu nga muganda waffe yayogedde nti tetulina amagye, tetulina basirikale, naye kye tulina ng'ekyokulwanyisa fyaffe be bantu, ge maanyi g'abantu. Kyagulanyi y'ensonga kyova olaba nti Uganda yonna kakati nsasage buli wootuuka bagamba Kyagulanyi kiki, akasigiri ke mulaba Kyagulanyi akataddewo. So n'olwekyo muganda wange wenna ali eyo togwamu maanyi bino bye baleeta kuba nti batujja kumulamwa, tugumire ku nsonga, tunywerere ku kigambo kyaffe. Kitegeera baganda bange. So omulimu guno gwe mulaba twongeremu bwongezi maanyi, abasajja batulaze kye bayita omukwano, abasajja batulaze laavu. So n'olwekyo baganda bange mwenna gye muli. So n'olwekyo muganda waffe kabeeko ebigambo byatunyonyola wano eno tusobole okuba nga tutambuza omukolo nga gugenda mu maaso. You're welcome, brother.
Thank you so much. I want to send greetings to the country, men and women. My name is Okelo Dan. I am the regional secretary for the National Unity Platform, Lango Sub-region. It is our privilege today. We are going to launch the office for Lango Sub-region, as you can see from the background. This has been the great work done, the contribution by the people in the diaspora, especially the Boston Club. We are really very grateful for whatever they have done for this region today. And the language remains that we want change in 2021. The organization, the mobilization is going on very well. I also want to thank Comrade Noah Mutwe so much. He has been with us here for about a week, but as you can see, this is a significant result of what he has done for this region. At this juncture, therefore, I would wish to request the Secretariat to give Hedi Mutwe. I actually recommend him for the great work done. We pray that you people in the Secretariat give Hedi Mutwe to be the ground mobilization for northern Uganda. We are very satisfied with what he has done for this region, and we pray that God should continue to protect him. We also pray that God should continue to protect our incoming president, Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi Sentamu. We want you to live long such that in 2021 you relieve the Ugandans from the burden of dictatorship. We are really not free in our land, much as people say we have gotten independent, but instead indirectly, the very own people, the very people whom we entrust with authority and power are the very people who oppress us. So we are still working hard to get the independence. We gotten the independence, but the people have ruined the independence, and it has no meaning at the moment. I am really very happy. Today we are also going to endorse Robert Kyagulanyi Sentamu officially as Lango sub-region to go and contest for the position of the presidency in this country. We are very optimistic that we have come as a revolutionary group and which is working for the common person. We really thank all the people who are in this struggle. This struggle is not only for National Unity Platform, but the National Unity Platform is a party which is fronting people power. The people power includes all the parties. Because if I say my power, my brother also says my power, then all of us will say our power. That is what we should understand about this. So I really call upon, whether you're in UPC, whether you're in FDC or NRM, come and front the agenda of the National Unity Platform, which is the people power. That the power belongs to the common man, and that is what we believe in. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today. We are going to launch the office, and this office will be to coordinate the activities of the National Unity Platform in Lango sub-region. We have a well-established structure, and we are really very ready to take over power in 2021. As I conclude, it is our responsibility, it is your responsibility that we make this struggle a success. Remember, oppression is also working so hard to see that they will put us down. But don't rest. Even though you have fallen down, just pick up yourself and move on and continue with the journey until we succeed in this struggle. I say this for God and my country. God bless you, Ugandans. God bless our President, Honorable Kyagulanyi, Robert Sentamu, Bobi. God bless people in the diaspora, especially the Boston Club, who have been able to elevate, who have been able to first lift our office. God bless Eddie. God bless Noah Mutwe. We ask him to come back again. Amen. Thank you so much.
Kano lwekyo n'ebigambo ebyo baganda bange, abasajja bayimirira ku nsonga. Era wenna ali eyo muganda wange, twogera ku nsonga zino, abasajja bamalirivu bayimirira ku nsonga yaabwe bamalirivu. So kale mwenna abali eyo, ekikumi olukumi lw'owaayo ogwo gwe mulimu gwe mulaba. Eyo struggle gye twogerako baganda bange yonna gye muli. Era abantu abamu era wano bakyayongera okuba nga bayingirawo. Tugenda okutongooza ofiisi yaffe wano mu Northern Uganda mu Lango sub-region. Nga bw'olaba ogwo eyo ye ofiisi yaffe bweto bwetemagana. Mutuufu emabegako ebadde erabika bobe. Naye muganda wange bw'otuuka wano oyinza okukkiriza, era n'abayise ku makubo beebuuza ki ekiri wano, beebuuza kiki. Naye nga muganda wange twogera ku nsonga eno, tutunuulira ddala omuntu wa wansi nga gwe mulamwa, nga yenna ali eyo akola kyakola. Wenna ali eyo muganda wange ali mu struggle eno, nkusaba busabi togwamu maanyi, baleme kussaawo bigambo bigenda kuwugula abadde ne babagamba nti ate kino baba diverting muve ku mulamwa nedda, tunywerere ku nsonga. Kyagulanyi tumuwanike 2-21 abire ng'akulembera eggwanga. Eggwanga lidde mu mikono gy'abantu, eggwanga linyumirwe, buli omu abe gy'ali nga mu butuufu yeyagalira mu ggwanga lye ng'anyumirwa, nga buli omu musanyufu. Tetuli tusobola kweyawula nti oli mulango, oli mu kyoli, oli muki, naye nga ffenna ekitugatta kiri kimu nti ffenna tuli bannayuganda, tweyagalira mu nsi yaffe. Baganda bange nga bw'olaba abasajja baabo, nga bw'olaba abasajja bayingira ababiri muganda wange, nga walaba Bugaali babadde batunda matooke nga walaba batambuza butooke naye ku nsonga kuje balabi wano ku gwana gamba nedda nabo kabaje batwegatteko kwanga zezimu ku nsonga banange zetwogerako omuntu wa wansi gyayitamu kubanga omusajja avudde yonna akagaali kaka kamatooke mu butuufu mazima ga Katonda mu ggulu agambye nedda nange kambeere omu ku abo agenda kubeera nti naye abeerawo omuganda wange asobole okukakasa era naye abe omujulizi ku kino kyalabye mu butuufu nze ate kinkaabya n'amazigo kanti omusajja yakedde ku makya ajayiza abaana be so n'olwekyo baganda bange enteekateeka zonna ziizino tutandise emikolo gigenda tutandika so buli ali eyo kati yesaawa sharinga message etuuke ku buli omu yenna muganda wange sharinga message omukolo buli waali sharinga yita muno omuganda nti kati omukolo mulindwa tugenda gutandikako so naali eyo yenna nkugamba sharinga message eno tutandike emikolo gyaffe mu butongole.
How many people do not have face mask? Jen, you have already. Jali, you take face mask? Jali, you take face mask? You like that if I'm in the how are you doing?
Hello, boy.
Face mask, very. Check there. You don't have it.
Baganda wange emikolo emitongole
And say these people were not putting on face masks, and all of us will be collected and taken for quarantine. So we are doing it also for security purpose. So let's first sing the anthem. After the anthem, then we can go ahead now to cut the ribbon. Need somebody to read out in the anthem?
Okay. When the struggle is over, we
shall wear the victor's crown. We shall wear the victor's crown. We shall wear the victor's crown. When the struggle is over, we shall wear the victor's crown in a new Uganda.
And you be in a party, and you be in a party, and you be in a party, and you be in a party. Kyagulanyi enaye president, Kyagulanyi enaye president, Kyagulanyi enaye president, Kyagulanyi enaye president. Umbrella enaye lama, umbrella enaye lama. Umbrella enayalama. Thank you so much.
therefore ask Comrade Noah Mutwe and the regional vice youth chairperson and to step forward, and Comrade Mike, the coordinator Lango South region. As we cut the ribbon, we are going to cut this ribbon in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. N-U-P, N-I-F-A-T, N-U-P, N-I-F-A-T, umbrella, N-I-Alama, umbrella, N-I-Alama, Kyagulanyi, N-I-A President, Kyagulanyi, N-I-A President.
Thank you so much.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
NUP.
NUP.
Everywhere. Our power. Baganda bange ababaddeko nga mulaba enteekateeka era ofiisi yaffe tugiguddewo mu butongole era nga twebaza mwenna bakoze enteekateeka buli omu n'awaayo kye yasobodde kulabika nti omulimu guno gweyimirirawo era wali tubadde tulina kalogo akatono ne kati wasobodde okufunayo logo yennene isobola okuba nti tugiwanisaawo kati nga ye mukulembeze waffe.
So it's like in our agenda, the first and the second program is that. We are going to the third program, that is the introduction. I expected a group of invitees here. I expected the regional coordinator to be around. I expected the two chief guests to be around from the regional office and from the team of the mobilizers, the National Unity Party platform. I expected the honorable member as current member of parliament, to be around. I expected the regional coordination team to be around. I expected the journalists to be around. I expected some few well-wishers in this gathering. So ladies and gentlemen, let me take this time to move into the next item, and that is introduction. I would wish we start the introduction from the other side, and we stop here, we move on like that. So you're welcome. The copy will come ni
One we have done. Kaya kan mudone amunamu Paris era dulu pasti di ado itu kalau districts.
Takano awal taibong ayado sub county. Ati moha yarwena pongwen. Ana tiata mi pikuri gina chala nani. Doko hikucho warno pishibe unnasha. Unnai werne kunu tero pishibe ye. Wagini nya ramping yora be. Ana boy.
One people will know can pay you up in 1 3 down can any but in YouTube you know at office when you go and want to according to our get and Martha can and Bangin. If office that when you look at it, look at a bear. You tell the people to come to the camp or make that optimal. And I don't know what is that of the what would be talking on a bear. What doctor could you Why you?
My name is Lango. I work with Daily Monitor newspaper. I'm the ED of an NGO called Kings of Uganda.
My name is Lango. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
Ambrose Chiboka Ochen, aspiring member of parliament, Douglas House.
Good.
Yes, Mopio Brian Innocent, reporter for One Law TV, Vision Group.
Well, my name, I'm called Agaba Musa. I'm a member here.
My name is Wanji Kanita Shira. I'm for Female Youth Council Lira District.
Thank you. Welcome.
People power?
Our power.
My name is called Stephen Balak from Lira here.
Thank you.
People power.
Our power.
My name is Musa Dennis, coordinator of Pauline.
Good.
My name is Ayo Jackson, coordinator of Lango. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
Kyagulanyi.
Kyagulanyi. Aye.
Our president. Samuel Bob Chuakelo is my name, aspiring member of parliament from Panyani. Thank you.
Morning.
My name is Rebecca. I'm a women representative in the sub-region. And I also deputy president of our next week.
Thank you. Thank you.
NUP.
Everywhere.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
NUP.
Everywhere.
NUP.
My name is Mr. Mao Moses. I am the chairperson of the National Unity Platform for Lira Municipality. Lira City.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
All right.
Good morning, members.
Good morning.
I'm Mr. Dennis Anati, registrar of CPM, Lira District.
Morning, comrades. I'm Nicholas Mbutu. I rule this gate.
Thank you.
Well, me from Nia, I'm Andrew Guam. I fought for Radio North in Alatom. Sons.
All right.
Is everybody from this side now? Okay. My name is Okelo Dan. I'm the regional secretary for the National Unity Platform. Thank you.
Good morning to everyone. People power.
Our power.
People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
People power.
My name's I'm called Nuwa Mutwe, Brown Newark Field General, and I'm glad to meet you.
Thank you.
Our leaders, our future leaders. I'm so happy to meet you here.
Thank you.
People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
NUP.
I'm called Lango Michael. I'm the regional coordinator for Lango sub-region. Thank you.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
NUP.
Mission 2021. Oye.
Oye.
Kyagulanyi President. Oye.
Oye.
People power. Oye.
Oye.
NUP. Oye.
Oye.
Reform agenda. Oye.
Oye.
Yeah, I am by the names of Bobi Samuel. Many call me Strike Machine. I've been serving as the Deputy National Youth Coordinator for the National Youth Platform in charge of Northern Uganda. Currently, I am also serving as the Regional Liaison, somebody in charge of mobilization and coordination in entire North. I am really very privileged to be here in the capacity, or just like as a representative of the Regional Deputy President, Dr. Lina Zebriga Waro, because of the commitment that she has been having in some other places. She couldn't make it here, but we still felt like we should always be in touch with our comrades in the sub-region of Lango. Thank you so much. Thank you, Comrade Adonio. Thank you, Comrade Noah Motwe. Thank you, Dan, and thank you, the executive. relationships, including the candidates and press, we have turned up for this very special event whereby we are unveiling our offices for the national platform for this sub-region. I will make my remarks when I come. Thank you so much.
Yes, let's go to the next item. It is going to be the welcome remark by the Lango Sub-Regional Coordinator.
Good afternoon, comrades. Good afternoon, comrades.
Good afternoon, sir.
Today is remarkably a great day in the history of opposition in Lango sub-region. As we all know, Lango has always been a center of politics, dating way back before independence. That is why FDC has always done well in Lango. The Langi usually embrace change. Nup is proud of Lango for what they have done for them, accepting and embracing them. Nup is proud that we, the people of Lango, have offered to them 10 MPs and 240 councillors. Today we gather here to officially commission this office to the general public. We want to thank everyone for their collective and consolidated efforts in making this possible. Special thanks goes to the Ugandans who want change in the diaspora and the Ugandans here who have mobilized each and every penny to make this possible. We would have our own principal as a guest of honor. We would have Bobi here as our guest of honor. But we all know the restrictions that this regime has put on him. But of course, plans are underway to have him in Lango. Because it's constitutional and his right to move anywhere in Uganda and Lango as well. We want to thank the people of Lango for endorsing Kyagulanyi for presidency. Each of the districts in Lango has contributed 500 signatures. We have copies of signatures here that we are going to hand over to our General Secretary today. This is a file of the signatures. This file is containing 4,500 signatures that were collected by our district coordinators. You can see how big it is, and everything has been authenticated and everything is legit. So we want to thank the coordinators for the job well done. We know we have been having issues here and there, but of course they have made this possible. So collectively in the 9 districts we have collected 4,500 signatures. These signatures were collected free of charge. We did not get incidents where the electorates are asking us for money to sign our documents. Instead, when people get to know that it's a form for Kyagulanyi, they just put their signatures. We had an incident in Oyam where a gentleman who had no national ID was not given the opportunity to sign. So he got annoyed and I think he destroyed the form. Because all his friends were signing, he thought maybe they didn't just want him to sign. But of course we tried to sort it out because we just realized there was too much love for Kyagulanyi. That is why he thought maybe they were leaving him out of the change that is coming. But we all know these signatures are supposed to be collected in hand with the national ID. You cannot sign on our forms if you don't have a national ID. So as NUP, we are extremely honored by this kind of support and gesture. And we promise that the trust that the people of Lango have put in us will not be taken for granted. To our coordinators, the party has drafted documents which you will sign. We shall start with the 5 regional coordinators. We have the copies of the documents ready that were brought from the sub-region, and then the district coordinators. All the coordinators must have appointment by end of this week. From district, sub-county, parish to village, all our coordinators must have appointment letters. Lastly, I want to congratulate all the candidates who were nominated under NUP on National Unity Platform. Carry our flag with pride and be rest assured of victory come 2021. Our efforts are underway to identify the candidates or the MPs who can't afford nomination fees of 3 million. For the women MP, the party shall pay the fees for them before Thursday. And I think the women MPs must liaise with Dan, our secretary, to make sure they collect their money for the nomination. So for the male MPs, we are trying to identify those who have challenges, and we shall also help them pay the nomination fee of 3 million. those who have paid and we have identified them, we shall do a refund like other parties are doing. Yes. So we want to thank each and everyone for coming. We want to thank each and everyone for laying a brick on this foundation. It has not been easy for us to get here, but of course it's good on our side. I know we are on the right track. We are going to have a lot of challenges in the coming months. They may not be easy, especially from the regime. But I want to encourage everyone to solve their own. We want to encourage everyone to be strong, resilient, because whatever we are doing is not wrong. I don't think it's wrong for one to be in opposition. And we caution the security forces to minimize the forces that are being put on us, especially us in NUP. We get a lot of threats, intimidation, and a lot of bickering here and there. But of course, we are all ready for this. We knew what we were joining. So there's no amount of intimidation that will take us down. Our mission is even beyond 2021. What we are building is beyond 2021. Our principle usually says the style that they don't understand is the rubber-dubber style. They don't know how we have been building the structure. They don't know how we have been operating. They don't know how we managed to get the 214 councillors, even without the sources, because we have been operating actually on the donations that we get from the community. I want to thank this gentleman here on my right-hand side, Noah Mutwe. This gentleman, this is the second time he's coming to Lango sub-region. The first time he came, we were still under people power, we were still in movement. He distributed some calendars and masks. So it's the second time he's coming, and this time when he came to distribute posters, because he usually comes and takes these posters to villages, where people who don't have an opportunity to know who Kyagulanyi is. Some people have been hearing that Kyagulanyi is going to stand, but they don't know the person called Kyagulanyi, or they don't know who he is. We was extremely happy that all the villages we went to were getting positive feedback. We have shared some of those videos on our social media pages, on our Twitter pages and everything. So the support is really overwhelming. We want to thank him and we want to request him to continue lobbying for the same. Northern Uganda is very vulnerable, especially in Lango, but we have good leaders here who may not be able to finance their campaign. We want to request you to help them in any way you can, be it logistics, material. If you can provide them with material, the posters, then the victory is going to be a collective thing. We want all of us to be part of this. All of us should own this because it's our own. We shall never have any other movement or any other party that runs on the idea, on the ideologies of the youth like NUP. So we are really grateful for everyone for coming. Thank you, everyone who is part of the forces of change, whether in an FDC, UPC. As no, our ideology is the same. We will work and welcome everyone. That is why I think we have gotten some new people. Actually, the woman MP from Kole crossed from UPC to us. We have another one from Kwania who crossed from UPC. Yes, from UPC as well. And then we have councillors who have crossed from NRM. So we are not doing this because maybe we want to disorganize another party, but our doors are open and they welcome everyone. So we want to thank each and everyone for the consolidated efforts we have put into this. This office is looking like this because of the support that we are getting from the local people. There's a gentleman, a businessman in town who have to renovate offices. We have offices in Oyam. We have offices in Doholo, we have offices in Otuke. So plans are underway to make sure that we try to grant these offices because these offices help us in coordination. It's where we register our members and then we sell practically. I once again want to thank the people of Lango for this signature. This is something that I shared with the Honorable 2 days ago. I called him and shared with him. It is not easy for someone to sign on your form free of charge. So you can see we have a big file having all the districts. So these are 4,500 signatures. It's not very easy. The people of Lango want change. The people of Lango are supporting Kyagulanyi. That is why they gave us these forms. And the coordinators, thank you so much, because without you, this couldn't be possible. Thank you. I wish to end here. We shall have to say other things maybe some other time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Regional Coordinator, Mr. Donyo Mike. You're the driver of this region, and you have been comprehensive enough. At least you have touched all the areas, both for the aspirants and the need for the people of Lango in particular. I would also wish to now welcome our comrade, the field general, the greatest mobilizer, and one and only Noah Mutwe. You're most welcome. These are your people from the north. They are really very much privileged for whatever you have done for them. And they are asking you to come today. And we are going to ask somebody to give a vote of compliment when time comes.
And if you're not married, you should get a woman.
So you can talk to them and share a message with them.
Okay. Good afternoon, my fellow brothers and sisters.
Good afternoon to you.
I'm so happy, and I don't know how I can express my happiness to you. But as they've said, maybe you're going to give me a wife. But the hospitality you've shown to me, I've spent here almost like a week. But really, I'm so happy. And the cooperation and the unity I've seen among the Langese is really so wonderful. This cooperation, we lack it in Central. Indeed, that's the truth. We lack this cooperation and unity in Central. That's why my effort, starting from now, I'm going to put in much effort in Northern region. And I'm requesting my fellow Ugandans, both home and in diaspora, who really support change, support National Unity Platform and People Power, as well as a movement. Really, always to hear my cry. When I come for mobilization and I ask you something, I ask you for materials, I ask you for facilitation, because really, these MPs in Lango sub-region, imagine we have almost like 10 MPs in Lango sub-region, but they need your support. They really do need support. And that's the operation I'm going to start now, to see that each and every candidate or each and every MP in the Lango sub-region at least attains a small support from we Ugandans. I know you will do that. We Ugandans, I know you will do that. So that's the operation we are going to take. And to my fellow leaders here in Lango, I can just ask you ever to be strong. Always look forward and always look at the future. Our main goal is Kyagulanyi Sentamu, Robert, to see that he becomes the next president of Uganda come 2021. The rest will be history. And I know here in Lango, you're ready and much ready to support Kyagulanyi Sentamu. I know that according to what I've seen on ground and the way you love Kyagulanyi Sentamu, imagine the local masters, they call Kyagulanyi Sentamu Sagulanyi. Sagulanyi Sentamu, really. This is wonderful. And special thanks to our fellow Ugandans in diaspora, the Boston Club, plus all Ugandans who always hear my cry and they come. So I'm promising I'll always do this. And I'm determined. In People Power, NUP, we are not employed, we are not paid, but we do all of this at heart. We do all this at heart. If Kyagulanyi Sentamu can do it, Noah Mutwe can do it. Everyone can do it. Michael Adonyo can do it. Imagine Michael Adonyo, we are of the same age. But look, the leadership. If all of you, our elders, can listen and hear from Adonyo Michael, really, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. And we're gonna take power. Kyagulanyi Sentamu is going to become the next president. So I'm promising you, I'll always do my best. And I'm going to request the principal to hand me over Northern Region as a ground mobilizer so that I can mobilize Northern Region, Northern part. I want to leave history here like I did today. We need many offices like this. You know, me, I liked one thing from Langi people. Langi people need respect, of which they also give respect. So there is no way Langis are gonna reach this place when it looks like, no. I say this is impossible. We have to make something to look better, so that when someone comes here, respect is really at this place.
We are called gentle giants.
Gentle giants. So I'm so happy, so happy, and I'm not going to stop. No one to the field work general is going to continue doing this. We can do this, we can do this. No more intimidations. No more intimidations. This time we are going to engage ourselves. So I'll conclude by saying, all of you, our main goal is to see Kyagulanyi Sentamu Robert in the State House come 2021. Don't hesitate. I know there are many intimidations. I know we are not financially stable. They are gonna bring money for you. This is the truth. They are going to bring money for you so that they can buy you. But remember, they are buying you. We have sons and daughters. We have children. We have our grandparents. We have our fathers. We need those hospitals. Imagine, I've seen the police barracks there. It totally looks like nothing. Imagine. Then Museveni is starting projects in Congo, constructing roads. So our hope is in Kyagulanyi Sentamu. So my fellow brothers and sisters, my leaders in Lamis, I'm promising you that Muamutwe is going to settle here in Northern Region. I have to make this. This is going to happen. Thank you. Okay. Maybe the support. By the way, a short story. This is my second time in Leader. Michael knows all the story. My first time I came to Leader with, was it 300 posters? 300 posters. But those 300 posters, we managed to do door-to-door in Otuke, Agago, Olepton, and even here. Imagine 300 posters. I remember it was my first time to cross River Moroto in a small boat, even linking. We just used the soap. We just used the soap to cover the hole. That boat was leaking. So from that time I said, no, if I've crossed this river, I'm not going to turn back. So when I came back, imagine by that time there were no structures. So when I came back, I was so happy. You know, work is more easier when it goes under the chain of command. You don't just come and do the other stuff. No, it's also my cry to all other mobilizers, ground mobilizers, to do the same. Let them use the chain of command. If you're coming in a region, communicate to the coordinators, to the leaders, so that we work hand in hand to say that you spread the news of change. So the support, I came with 3,000 posters. Those are the posters I brought to Lango sub-region, of which they were not even enough, because we distributed them in 3 districts, of which that was Kole, Oyam, and Dokolo. But they were small, meaning we still need, and my fellow Ugandans, if I come on a live and ask for your support, please indeed cooperate, because you see the fruits. For me, a man of action is not words. That's why I usually do lives when now look at the office, how it looks. I think everyone is too happy. So like I said, we need these offices in Langi sub-region. These leaders need much support. You know, Lango is like a baby. That's what I can tell to my fellow Ugandans. These northerners, if we have these northerners, if we have them, my friend, no jokes. leave alone our jokes in the central region. Here in the northern region, they are men of no nonsense. They know what they like and they know what they want. So my fellow Ugandans, let us consolidate regions where we have much support. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, the Field General, together with our guest speaker tonight, Strike Machine. He's a man who can put on a shoe which you think you may not carry, but I like him so much. So at the moment, he's putting right in the shoe of Dr. Lina, the Vice President, Northern Region. So, sir, we are really happy for your coming to Lango today. I believe this is not your first time. And amongst all the region you have gone to, Lango must have received you many times. So today we are happy to receive you again. Please share the message from the regional office with our people of Lango.
Yeah, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon, Bobi of Lango sub-region. According to Bobi of Lango sub-region. Yeah, thank you very much, comrade, in the struggle. Thank you so much, candidates, the press. I always like appreciating the press because, you know, they really tried. They are our only witnesses on ground. Or they really, most of the press guys have been trying to, you know, to help defend, or, you know, not defending us in other words, but at least to tell the truth of what would have transpired in a particular locality where havoc or fracas could have happened. So I really appreciate the press, and I will always be so much indebted by your service for this nation. You are not doing it for the good of for the national news platform, but you are doing it for the good of Uganda. So the information that are talked of today are even talked of tomorrow in the near time to come. Yeah, as Comrade Dan has stated, I am by the names of Bobi Samuel. Many call me Strike Machine. I've been serving as the Deputy National Youth Coordinator, as I stated initially, but currently I'm serving as the liaison officer for the National Unity Platform in charge of Northern Uganda. Today, I am here in the capacity not of those two positions I've mentioned, but I'm representing Dr. Lina Zebrika Waru Abuku, who is the Deputy President for the National Unity Platform in charge of Northern Uganda. Northern Uganda, of course, as I told you initially, encompasses 4 great sub-regions, among which is Lango sub-region, where we are today, and West Nile sub-region, which is the other side where Dr. Lina comes from, Acholi sub-region, where personally I do come from, then Karamonde sub-region. We have structures and leadership established in all those 4 sub-regions. I would like to first of all begin by thanking Comrade Michael Adolo, who chairs the Lango Sub-Regional Executive, and his entire working team for all the tireless and relentless efforts they've been making in regards to championing the agenda of NUP. Not for the good of NUP, but for the good of the common Ugandans. Thank you so much, Comrade. I would like to thank Comrade Noah Mutwe. I have met him several times and we have had several interactions and engagement in outside, even outside politics, or even still within the national platform. So I remember we met when we were still in people power. Now, because of the critics of the people around, they say you should have people in your community who criticize you. They will make you develop and grow faster. So we had a number of critics from some few political players that we did not have a certain number or what, all those stuff. But finally, we have gotten a certain number, and we are like any other institution of learning. And any students who want to come and study in our institution are really always very much welcome to play. Anybody who wants to come and work in the institution are always very much welcome in this institution. And our institution is National Unity Platform. We have a center number. Our center number and our logo is an umbrella. Anyway, coming back to the matter at hand today, or the main purpose for our gathering today, is this National Unity Platform offices for Lango sub-region, which will help encompass and coordinate activities for National Unity Platform in 9 districts of Northern Uganda.
We are really very much grateful. I still remain very indebted for this for the support that we've gotten from our comrades. Let me start from the Boston Club. You know, Comrade John, I believe you're watching me live over there. We are really very much indebted by your support. You have really done something so much, so marvelous that, you know, we will always remain to appreciate, and we will always remain to you know, you are the kind of people, our heroes. You are our heroes, actually. Because whenever you recognize that there is need somewhere, you've never turned your back to the struggle. Comrade Noah, another mobilization team. I need to make this very clear. As a opposition political party, you know, for us, we don't have money. We don't have a constant income source in generating source from any permanent source. So we always based on what we call support from the community, just the community and the citizens around. That's why, you know, as the minister said, that a political party is a 501c4. That means it cannot be bought nor sold. That also means that it's a non-profit organization. So that is why you always hear and see on media platforms or People Power or National Unity platform launching a fundraising campaign to support whatever activity or an intervention that the party could have come. They are allowed constitutionally to do mobilization. It's not that, you know, they are operating outside the constitution. All what we've been doing and that we shall still do as a national platform is for the good of Uganda and the generations to come. And also we are operating within the docket provided for, constituted by the constitutions of Uganda. We are guided by the constitution. We don't operate outside the constitution. We are unlike other political parties like the National Unity Platforms. National Unity Platform, I mean like the National Resistance Movement. We are unlike other political parties like the National Resistance Movement, which has access to the national treasury. They can go anytime to Bank of Uganda and wire even whatever kind of amount of money that they want to run the particular activity. For us, we don't have that. So I would like to always call upon comrades whenever we come out on board to names like mobilize for certain support or for any who's calling upon public to intervene for any particular activity. Always come awesomely and come as a team, and let's work together for the proper and, you know, for the good of the country. Now, as I always said, that we shall always stop the public by surprises. Then we have gotten our offices and it's launched and it's fully fledged. Nobody expected it and we already have it on board. And it will be operational for even after the elections of 2021. For us, National Unity Platform, we have come here to stay. We are not seasonal. We have come here to stay and we are going to be here forever until when a common Uganda has reclaimed back its right and is also properly incorporated within the operations of this country. In other words, I mean the economy. I will talk in the perspective of the economy later for you to understand what is really happening in Uganda, because very many people are not informed of what is happening outside there. They are told lies, and that's how Muslim has been running this government. It's just always telling people lies and doesn't fulfill. Among which I will talk of it later. Now, I would like to first of all begin making my remarks on the issue of structures. We've been trying as National Unity Platform. As I told you, many people call us a pressure group. But when we upgraded into a political party, we were supposed to have what we call a delegate conference. Indeed, a delegate conference was held, but specific individuals, representatives were elected or selected to go and present. But we shall have a delegate conference in 2021 after the general election when we're in government. We shall have a delegate conference whereby we shall have, many people have been asking me for the constitution of the party. The constitution of the party is there, but it has not yet been amended. It needs to be amended by a certain quorum. You get it? So we shall amend it in 2021 when we have the second delegate conference for the National Unity Platform under the presidency of Robert Sentamu Kyagulanyi. Now, talking in the perspective of structures, we have tried to streamline our structures. That, you know, we do not just have somebody be there by name, but we needed to have a formal kind of an identity form, regardless, putting aside the party card, because any party, any supporter or any party member can have the party card. So we've processed. Do you have the copy? We processed what we call the contract letter for the five sub-regional coordinators. Even me as a sub-regional coordinator, as a regional liaison officer, I have a contract letter for volunteering. You know, as being a non-profit organization, we just want a volunteer. We don't work for money. So this is a sample of it. The contents are very clear, whereby you find this one is Comrade Adonyi Michael. He has Adonyi Michael, the National Unity Platform.
is Aboriginal coordinator for Lango, chairperson, signed it. So there will be stamp. It has not been stamped, but it will be stamped formally with the regional stamp, and things will be formalized. So we are making progress. We want to make things formal. We are not informal. We have educated people among us, even like any other political party. So we need to make things kept in record, so that tomorrow people will come and succeed us in national unity platform. Will get things running systematic, not things remaining by more whereby when I die with everything in my brain. You get it? So that is what we are trying to do as national unity platform, as far as now is concerned. So, for which we also mandated, we are trying to do what called decentralization of power. That even if tomorrow there is no Kyagulanyi, Sentamu in Uganda, we still have national unity platform proceeding. Not like NRM, whereby if you say there is NRM, it will be no more. That's what I should tell you. So, we want to decentralize power as much as possible to ensure that, everybody within any docket or operation feels empowered, not even just by words, but also in action. And with the necessary materials that are necessary for them to help run day-to-day activities of national unity platform in their dockets of operation, from the secretariat until the village level. We have structures, and we are going to streamline that in the process in due course of 1 week's time. As Comrade Adonia stated, every sub-region has the mandate to work on theirs at their own pace. But we recommended that in a week's time, every sub-region in Northern Uganda will have finished the formalities in regards to those documents. Number 2, I would like first of all to begin to come again and recognize the efforts made by the sub-regional executives, Lango sub-region, and the district coordinators, village, sub-county, and parish coordinators. I would like to really appreciate you for the commendable efforts that you've done in regards to, number 1, getting the presidential signatures. Yeah? This was not a simple thing. We did it without money, but we got 4,500 signatures. But those are authentic and those are for voters. We did not forge you, we did not force anybody. We did not forge any, and we did not force anybody to come and put in their signatories or do that. They did it with heart for a country. They did it wholeheartedly. They did it because they're inspired by the livelihood of Kyagulanyi, and they're inspired by NUP. And they strongly believe in National Unity Platform. That National Unity Platform is the only platform that will lead them to the promised land. I need to tell you one thing. I always talk about promised land. In the Bible, they say the Israelites left Egypt to go to the promised land, Canaan. As Ugandans, our promised land is Uganda. There is no any place that we shall go and live in apart from Uganda. If we ruin this place, or if we see fools who that become the leadership of this country and gang up and manipulate things and destroy everything, by the time they leave, everything leaves. So we need to fight and die fighting to defend and protect what has been put in place for Ugandans and for the generations to come. If anybody comes with any selfish agenda from outside Uganda or from any corner of Uganda, thinking that they will champion a certain selfish agenda to please certain categories of people in certain continent or a certain particular sector of the country, we will not just kowtow to those nonsense. We shall kick their asses off because we are the citizens.
Yes.
You get it? So we should make this very clear that everybody in National Unity Platform is championing a cause that is for the generation security. We are not doing anything, unlike other people who come and do anything, like the beating, brutality, and all this stuff for the security regime, for the regime security. That is working. We are not giving any nonsense there. We are not going to form anything there. So, another thing, our candidates. I am very, very, very much delighted to really inform you that we have a number of candidates. Like around currently we have we've confirmed, we're still piling up, but what has reached the desk at the regional offices is that we have around 536 candidates who have nominated for the village, for the local government positions across northern Uganda, right from Moroto, Far Karamoja, up to Zombo, Far West Nile, sub-region. So in northern Uganda we have 536 we have fully nominated for the local government positions, and I'm really very pleased and very delighted about that. That shows that we are heading in the right direction, and people have embraced it. Though we've been having some few challenges whereby some people to run for the LC3 chairperson or certain positions, it requires you to meet a certain age bracket, which that I saw was very, very lame excuse, or a very lame part. That's why this constitution in Uganda needs to first be rejected and re-amended. Many people were kicked out because they're saying that you are below 20, you are below 30, you cannot run for this position, you are below this and that. So we faced that challenges. That's why some of our candidates did not nominate for the local government positions. But we still believe that they can play a role in as far as mobilization is concerned in other ways. So thank you so much. For members of parliament, we had like 50. We got people who picked interest forms because for us to say this is our candidate. So first of all, somebody should pick an interest form, fill the necessary, we need to do things formal for documentations, such that, tomorrow we can have a say on who, what, and all the stuff, who can do what, and who has done what, whatever. So we had like 53, let me say 53. It was getting to 59, but I think right now we are like between 53 to 59 candidates who have picked nominations form to nominate for the member of parliamentary races and a national platform ticket. So we have them, and some have really paid for their nomination forms, and some have not paid. We are in the process of fundraising, and we believe, let me tell you one thing, as a political party, like National Unity Platform, it's unfortunate that I believe everybody needs to bear with us that, we are not even 5 months old, but we have done some tremendous kind of work that even parties which have lasted for even years, have not done. So that we have over 26. By the way, did you know that statistically we have over 26 political parties in Uganda? Some are even, they are perfect political party jokers. I don't know. Let me say, there are some political parties. We have like over 26 political parties in Uganda, which have been fully registered with the electoral commissions and are allowed to operate within the stipulated bracket or a code of operation according to the constitution and the guidance of the constitution. So we have them. But National Unity Platform, we have come out. And that's when we got out of our cool chambers into the heat. To begin now, we are doing what called voter sensitization. To make people know, you as a voter, why are you going to vote tomorrow in campaign 21? You as a voter, what is your take in as far as governance and leadership in all resource allocation or whatever governance is concerned in this country? You exhibit your right through voting. Are you influenced to go and vote somebody by money? Or are you convinced by somebody's manifesto or somebody's association with a certain particular political party or certain individual and you go and vote them? So that remains to you as a voter. You need to understand why you're going to vote, and you need to also calculate and weigh in what will be the expected return for voting somebody. That's what I mean in a long run of 5 years. You go vote, after the 5 years, what happens? I mean, in the long run after voting, what happens? Do you get the necessary results that you expected? And also, the problem is that what I've seen, Museveni has brought forward what has commercialized politics. Whereby, it's even surprising to find out for you to go and contest for the position of member of parliament, you must pay 3 million shillings. 3 million Ugandan shillings. You get it? That is a lot of money. Though our money has lost value, that's why you find $1 is equal to 3,800 shillings, which used to not happen in the past. But see now, we find ourselves in certain messed up situation. We should get out of that mess as Ugandans and focus in a different direction and decide for ourselves what we want for our country. So that is it. So we really call upon our candidates. Be strong. The party will stand with you at every moment, at every crying moment, and at every celebrating moment of your lives. We shall stand with you as a party. Me, I'm not a candidate. I am an executive within the party. Now. So I would like really to appreciate our candidates for all the efforts that they've done, and I still call upon them to continue doing much more work. You begin, in a process of campaigning, also campaign for other candidates who are running. We need to work on an agenda right now. We shall have a brief with the candidates. What we call local solutions, local problems. We cannot import solutions to the problems of Lango from Europe or from Kampala to come and solve the problem of Lango. Lango's problem has its solutions in Lango sub-region. Let the Langese get organized and build an agenda and begin coming up with ideas that can help bring a long-lasting solutions to their crisis. And among us, we have leadership crisis right now. There are some people who have they behave like babies. A baby, when you bring food in front of the baby eats the food. Even if the baby is vomiting or is even defecating in the body, we continue eating until when the food gets done. You get it? That is how some leaders behave. There is what we call leadership crisis, the generational gap, whereby we are afraid that if these people who are breathing leadership, who have not been modeling and building up new leaders,
die accidentally. We shall not have any leaders tomorrow and we shall not have anything documented. So what National Unity Platform comes is to bridge the generational gap and also to promise Ugandans and also give hope to Ugandans that we can still bring transformation or transition in Ugandan politics through ballot paper, not through walking over dead bodies to get into State House. As National Unity Platform, next year in 2021, prepare to be swearing President Sentamu Kyagulanyi, and our members of parliament candidates here, you prepare to be ministers in the next government. That's what I can assure you. Thank you so much. Now, to conclude my submissions, let me give you some brief statistics. You always like talking about it. But another thing that I've always let you know, Muslim has been blindfolding Ugandans a lot. Let's talk about economy. Let's talk about economy. According to the statistics right now, Uganda has a debt of over 53 trillion shillings, which if we are to pay, it will take us some generation to pay. 100 years to come, maybe, but they're still borrowing more. In Uganda, we currently have a permanent representative of Bank of Uganda in the Ministry of Finance. He has a permanent desk there. Why does World Bank come? World Bank has a permanent representative there. I will bring that later to you. Now, we have a scenario whereby in the code of operation that we have, in 1986, when Museveni took over power, there were what we call farms, industries, hotels, which were built in by government. The previous government, they were built in by previous government to help generate revenue to run the country, day-to-day activities of the country, without the country going to borrow money from anywhere. Museveni came in 86, he sold all those things, 142, including Chobe, Safari Lodge, all those, these things. All those were sold and privatized. Either he gave them to some of his loyal generals, or he gave them to his tribe mates. He talks of tribalism that he doesn't do. He is the worst, he's actually the best tribalistic man in the history of Africa. He sold them to these foreign investors. The foreigners. I say the foreigners because our biggest problem right now is the constitution of Uganda is protecting foreigners who are in Uganda and it's not protecting Ugandans. Now, if I'm to ask you, in Lango here we have very many languages who have supermarkets operating in Lango sub-region. Have you ever seen a situation whereby a Langi leaves a supermarket or Langi goes and buy in a hotel, in a supermarket of the Chinese? What is different from the supermarket of Langi? Why don't we empower the local people around us so that they also grow like others? Now these people come and do business here, they repatriate what we call the profits. Even from Uganda, all these foreign investors who come and invest in Uganda, the profits are repatriated outside Uganda to benefit, to develop their countries. Do you know, there is one thing, the act of the economy. The woman there, what happened was that, Museveni said, Uganda Commercial Bank is actually the commerce and the engine of economy in the country. He gave it with all its assets to his brother Salim Saleh. Salim Saleh owns it right now, it's his. That's why the other time you had in news, Salim Saleh took 60 billion Ugandan shillings. Do you know what I call 60 billion? It can run a budget of that one. It can run the financial year budget for Lira district for 2 financial years because you have like around 20 something million and billion always. Now he gave 60 billion. Just pick it from his pocket and give it to Association of Bishops, our church leaders. That they should do with the family. Meanwhile, Ugandans in Lango here, you go to the Pania road, you find people are there are producing on the road because they cannot get transformed to come to the hospital. Go and check on your hospital. I appreciate COVID-19 came because they've constructed for us good facilities in hospitals. We shall enjoy those facilities after COVID-19 is gone. Those days you see the Museveni's daughter going to produce in Germany. She's ferried with the presidential jet to go and deliver in Germany. Ugandan says facility, why was it? So those are kind of things that we have right now. Dictatorship to the highest level. Now, to come to the closer of my submission. Now, you find a situation whereby there's what called when I talk of the commerce of the country, you see, I was talking one time with a lawyer of Centenary Bank, of Stanbic Bank. I need to tell you one thing, that Uganda is the only country in Africa since 2005 which does not have what called local bank. Do you know local bank? Local bank is a bank which is owned by the native, by the citizens of Uganda, whereby Alonyomoro from Lango region will say, I have money which is enough to make a bank, to build a bank, or to invest in a bank business. So, sets up a bank and good. Uganda doesn't have. Museveni privatized and sold and destroyed them all. They're no longer there. I'm telling you, go and do research. The secondary banks, those are not local banks. They're international business owned by the shareholders are not Ugandans. Umeme used to be very cheap.
when you were Uganda Electricity Board. They sold Uganda Electricity Board. Now maybe it's very expensive. Yet Uganda produces a lot of watts of power. If they are to just sell it within Uganda, they will export to Kenya, Rwanda, and also. But Uganda produces power which is enough to even serve Uganda, whereby you can only pay 1,000 a month. But they all exported now. Power is very expensive. You first see this one here. Very, very expensive. Why? We need to open up our eyes as Ugandans. Uganda now, these guys of Centenary Bank, of Stanbic Bank, the lawyer told me that every day at midnight, they repatriate. They send to South Africa because Centenary Bank is owned by a South African company. I mean, Stanbic Bank is owned by a South African businessman. They send to South Africa between 600 to 900 billion shillings. 600 to 900 million shillings per day is profit made from Uganda. 600 to 900 million shillings per day. In a month, how much money is that? Oh, in 10 days. We're talking billions. Now, Airtel takes the profits they repatriate from here to India, New Delhi. MTN repatriates the profit to South Africa. No, Ugandans don't anymore. You know what annoys me most? You go to Kampala there, you go and find a Lani, an Acholi, or a Mutesu, or a Kejong, or even some few Ugandas taking care of being guards of the gates of the bank, or splitting firewoods in the school of rich people in Kampala, or those Banyankoli, or being a watchman on the gate of the rich man, probably be a Munyankole, all those things. And we say we are not being tribalistic in Uganda. Museveni came to all your districts the other time. My friend, he came to Nya, to Lango. You tell me how many lands are rich. He came to your district, he came to his district, he came to everybody's district. He came to my district. Are you rich? No, you first answer me. Are you rich? No. You don't have money. Then why are you saying, why are people still saying that Museveni is good? And why is he lying to? He's lying to the citizen. Broad daylight. And you know somebody who's a liar is a wizard. A wizard is a liar. Yeah? So those are the kind of things that we should be fighting right now. He's a wizard and he's a liar. And we should fight him out of the power and reclaim back our country. Now he's saying that he's going to construct road in Congo. Using taxpayers' money. Constructing road in Congo. Do you know that? Not borrowed money, but taxpayers' money. Are we full of road in Uganda? Keep Lira Kibum Road. It's like shit. Go to that one going to Amolota. It's like shit. Everywhere it's like shit. But it's leaving Uganda and going. Even the Bible says that you first remove the dust in your eyes and then go and remove that in your neighbor's eyes. But why are we emphasizing so much in constructing road in Congo? Why? Because he knows that he's serving the interests of certain white warlords who are fueling chaos in Congo. And now Congo is very chaotic. They find that it's very easy for them to export those stolen golds, stolen minerals. And why? You know why they're constructing roads from Uganda to Congo? These white warlords, they found that it's very easy for them to export gold, diamond. Wait, there was a news that came, they wrote it in papers that Uganda is, in East Africa, is the highest exporter of gold. Where did they get the gold from? Do you have any gold in Uganda here? Where do they get that gold from? Have you ever asked your mind? They get it from that side and they export it from here. Because now, eastern side of Congo is where Uganda is located. They can store all those, import those, export those loaded things from Congo by Uganda. It's easier to exit it than to go by the other side where the capital of Congo is, where there is restriction. They cannot exist easily. So they export it out. So whose interest is it serving? You're saying trade. Trade? Are we in trade? There's no trade. You go to Mubendia. These people are suffering right now. Everybody's suffering. Mubendia, square miles of that. When I talk of square mile, it's not Eka B, Eka Pa, Eka Mwen, or Eka D that we talk about in northern Uganda. Square miles, Kanwa, Kitgum, Kanyo, those people are square mile of land, square miles. So what they've done is that UPDF has cleared every native from that land and they've given that land to the British companies, the Chinese companies. They're planting coffee there. Ugandans now, you're supposed to go and weed coffee. They chuli ba pahaja. No one called pahaja. Pahaja, they pay you like that. Ugandans now, you're supposed to go and do what called coffee picking. They pay you per week, like 3,000 or 10,000. Is that money? And now they export the coffee. So, no. They're using our resources and exploiting us also and even exploiting, repatriating the profits. And we're not even getting employed anymore. Because that's a seasonal employment. And we are supposed to keep quiet as Ugandans and what our country is just being ruined by Museveni himself. I don't think whether that is really right or right to true.
To conclude my thing, I have one statement that I should make. Museveni has been running his government on 3 approach. He used to run on 2 approach, but now he has started 3 approach. Now one, let me say diversion. He likes diversion tactics seriously. When we were talking about Noop, he wanted to divert people from Noop issue. Makere was banned. Everybody was diverted to Makere issues. I don't say Museveni has banned Makere. I'm telling media. I did not say he banned Makere, but I believe there is something fishy about Makere banning. They diverted the thing. Now you come later when Noop was going, when Noop was progressing, doing mobilization. Also, they brought Chibalama's case. Chibalama has been diverting things. A political party is a non-profit organization, and according to international law, it is a 501c4. That means it cannot be sold, or it cannot be bought. It's just managed by elections. So when they begin bringing nonsense like the Chibalama bringing nonsense, that's my Bobi promise. Bobi even who does not even have money to even campaign for in Uganda to support his candidates. You think Bobi does not want to support you, the candidates of National Unity Platform? He asks you an act, but the issue is what he asks is not enough even to split everywhere. That's why the little that he gives out is to ensure that we survive. In a struggle, we survive. We don't get wealth or accumulate wealth. We do things to ensure that we see tomorrow. So sometimes do not be so expectant if you're in a struggle truly. Or unless, do not be surprised to see people defecting, because I say, and then I think that Museveni runs his government in what called bribery. He has bought up very many and confused very many Ugandans. Look, the people like Otin who are lost ship, he was in Timu Park, was national. He disappeared because he was promised money and was given a new car. Now he's excited. Lulu boy. They are only punishing him because he doesn't have papers. Now he's going to be kicked. If he's not kicked out of elections, they will force him into prison. But he's not informed. He will not talk about anything. So people will always go. But let's not lose hope that people have gone and we shall end like that. Bribery is what Museveni uses. He's using taxpayers' money. If he brings you money, eat the money. But if you eat the money, come back and continue championing the struggle. Do not begin behaving like manyangering around. That is your money. You have all the rights to eat it. All NRM candidates, if they come with money, even you send your agents to go and get money from the NRM candidates, they come and inject in your campaign, you bring some 10 courses and all stuff. Send them. Get as many agents as possible. That's what I can tell you, comrades. Go and all stuff. Then number 3, intimidation. He has been arresting people. Many people have been killed. He has been, but still, let me tell you one thing. You will never kill an agenda whose time has come. He will kill as many as possible, but he will not kill the 40 million Ugandans. By the way, if one day we chop wires, there are only 100,000 soldiers or security personnel, and there are 45 million Ugandans outside here. Eh? You cannot tell us that you come with your 100,000 soldiers and you can beat us the 45 million if we become mad. Because we can chop wires also like the way they pretend to chop wires. All they do for the security regime. But what we are doing is that for the generational, for the regime security. But all what National Unity Platform is doing is for the generational security. The security of tomorrow. That we do everything sustainably. That tomorrow people who come after us can still enjoy the same privileges that we enjoyed in our time. I would like to thank you so much. I'd like to thank everybody. And I'd like to thank candidates who have shown interest on the National Unity Platform. I'd like to thank Comrade Adonio Michael and his executive, Brian, Becky, and all other comrades around here. I'd like also to thank Comrade Noah Mutwe. And in a special way also, I'd like to continue thanking Comrade Makumbi, Comrade Alex, and Comrade John, the Boston Club, the Makumbi from UK, and also the rest of the comrades. We always look up to you, and always whenever we come, we turn to you for support or for any intervention. Please do not turn us your back. Let's keep moving on. But let me tell you one thing, every candidate who is running on the National Unity Platform ticket, you have not come to try your luck, you have come to win. Because for us, we are victors, we are not triers. Or we don't try our luck, we win. Or whatever, now I'm assuring you, every position that you're running for, you are a winner. The party will stand with you, with all its capacity, with all its strength, both in prayer. Sometimes money does not help, because if money helps, the rich people wouldn't have died. But people have died and even they leave their money behind. So money is just an aspect, a drop in the ocean to the struggle. So that doesn't mean that we cannot, for so long as we still live, we shall fight, and we shall still fight and die for what we believe is right for our country, Uganda. Thank you so much for God and my country.
Thank you so much, Bwana Liaison Officer, Northern Region. He has been elaborative enough, quite encouraging, quite aspirational. And now I would like to recognize the presence of the Lira district, the Lira city chairperson, Noop Mawa Moses. I also wish to recognize the chairperson, Noop for Yam district. I also wish to recognize the chairperson, Noop Kwale district. I also wish to recognize honorable MPs as parents, Honorable Leo Mawa Otuge East. I also wish to recognize Honorable Chua Bobson, Kwania North. I can't forget to recognize Honorable Chen Ambrose Ibuka, Double South. I can't forget to recognize Honorable Opiu Patrick, whose area is this, Lira City West. I can't forget to recognize Honorable Anita, the youth female leader, Lira District. I can't forget to recognize the registrar, Lira District and Lira City. I cannot fail to recognize our journalists who are here. I thank you so much for coming. This meeting is going to be brief because we are also seeing our comrade off, and we are going to the next item, which is going to be marching to the Lira bypass to install the picture of the president, Robert Kyagulanyi, where it will always be. I would want only one person to give a vote of compliment within 2 minutes at least. You summarized. We'll pick at random. The first person takes it.
Let the ladies to give a chance
to a lady.
Yeah. A lady or you want the lady to give a chance? Yes, I wanted to give a chance to
I'm not seeing, is that Vice Chairperson Alepton? Yes. No? Yes. You're most welcome. You're most welcome. You're actually behind. You know, these men like blocking ladies. Come forward and at least make a vote of compliment. Okay, you can be there. You can make a remarks for today's event.
Thank you very much, everyone. A very good afternoon to you all. My name is Kyagulanyi, Vice Chairperson, Sentamu District. I'm so privileged to have this chance of meeting with you here again. I want to thank everyone for turning up for this. I am a journalist that I'm making myself, and I'm happy for my colleagues who are doing that great work. I would like to thank so much our comrades, Noah and Strike Machine. I love that word, that name. And thank everyone, our regional coordinators and everyone here present. I don't really have much to say, but I really want us to know that it's a struggle that we all have to embrace and really be strong. It was very hard for some of us, especially in Aleptong, as you all know whatever happens there. Aleptong is a very hard district to lead, I can say. It's majorly NRM, and every time you get to a person to talk to, they would really want you to give them something. And that's what the regime has taught our people. But it's very good to convince them and let them really believe in the challenges they're facing. I want you to know that there are very many people out there who are blank about the life they're going through. They just can't understand because they're born during this regime. They really don't know whatever happened in the previous years or whatever is good for them to come. I want us to accept that the fight is ours and not for another person. And with this, we shall be very, very sacrificial, and everything will come by us, our side. By accepting that it is our fight and it will be our achievement, everything will be very, very well for us. And thank very much the aspirants who has come up. We are saying we are solely behind you. We are campaigning for you wherever we are. And please, this is a everyday fight, every minute fight, and every second fight. Speak Noop, work with Noop, and represent Noop wherever you are. I believe we shall make it, and that success will solely be ours. 2021 is for Noop, is for Robert Kyagulanyi, it is for us, the youth, it is for the betterment of our nation. The freedom is ours, and we must fight to have the freedom. Thank you very much, everyone. We love you all. Noop love you. Robert Kyagulanyi loves us more. Thank you.
Oh, what a great comment she has made. I've been advised that it is really very necessary we ask our aspirant MPs to take a minute, just 1 minute, to introduce themselves and have a single comment or two, if they can. I will start with Honorable Leo Mawa. Yes, you're welcome.
Oh, thank you so much. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Thank you so much. I am called Leo Mawa, aspirant of Butuke East. I will wish to take the voice of the people of Butuke to the Parliament of Uganda. I am a little bit late, I'm sorry of that. But actually, I am very happy when I came and I got my brother addressing a lot of things, a lot of issues. Actually, I would like to thank God so much for you. And I know that word actually has planted a lot of courage in all of us. I would like to encourage all of us here that we have to fight. We need not to mind. You know, the world we are in, it is just like the house. If you don't build your house and you are renting, at least you can, if you pay for a year, you can know actually the probability of when you are going to leave the house. But this world here, we don't know when you are going to leave. Right? The difference between the dead person who have just died and the living person is not the time. All of us will do the same. But the question will be, before you die, what have you left behind? Before you die, what have you done that actually people behind you can actually give the reference and benefit? So that is all. So we are all the young people, as I'm saying, but we need to fight. It is us. It is not those old people. Those old people have already benefited theirs, and they don't mind. You know, a person who have food does not mind the person who actually is suffering, looking for the food. So we need to try as much as possible to win this war. I know it is not easy, especially in northern Uganda here. I'm not just fearing to say that. I know it is not easy, and very soon they will arrest some of us. Very soon they will offer money to us. Very soon they will promise those who have papers, they will good jobs. But remember that whatever you are actually they're offering to you as the blood. Thousands of people have died in the course of that thing. And if you are sacrificed to go to receive all those things in the expense of those who have died so far, I pray God will punish you in the heaven. Remember, the judgment of God has no appeal. May God bless you, all of you.
Thank
you. Yes, next, Honorable Bobson.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much, leaders, and everyone around in your different capacities. I introduced myself here earlier on as Samuel Bobchua from Kwanye. I'm aspiring there. I don't really want to repeat it. People say a lot here, but I have only one message to the candidates that please let's always work together and try to enforce the interest that will submit to the greater interest of that of the party, because that is the only way we shall achieve the mission that we have before us. That is always says Mission 2021. Thank you so much.
Next, Honorable Ken.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
NUP.
Comrades, I'm very grateful this afternoon for having this occasion. And I also want to thank all my colleagues who have never met before, who are also with us in the struggle. I'm Ambrose Ochen Chiboka. I come from the Polo South, and I'm the new candidate, Member of Parliament for that constituency. National Unity Platform has made me a proud young man, because wherever we go to preach about this gospel, change, and to liberate our people from the 30 or so years that Museveni has put us in, everybody is very happy and the young people are buying our idea. It has been a challenge there to stand against the 25-year-old someone who has stayed in parliament for 25 years. This is Honorable Portugal. But the young people are pushing me day and night, and we really have hope that at least in Dokolo South we are winning the election. I'm proud of Dokolo South because in at least every sub-county we have a loop office. And this is a great work we are doing, and I also want to encourage all of us that whenever we have an office, mobilization is very easy because the citizens themselves, they go there to get resources and then to have meetings and then to build the structures and so on and so on. I already call upon corporations and really the struggle so that all the members of power in this sub-region get nominated as soon as possible. And also we call upon our sympathizers from wherever, Kampala and everywhere. At least let's concentrate in this sub-region because the ground is fertile. People just lack materials, the berets, the t-shirts. Mention them just to be identified as national unity platform. So Kampala, we have already taken it. We have already taken over other regions. Let's concentrate in this region. Let's bring t-shirts, bring berets. Those ones who can afford can also continue buying, but those ones deep in the village. Mutwe went to the villages, and I believe you have heard about what you came across this kind of question. And where is the beret? Where is the beret? So it is there. So this is the demand. It's not my demand. It's the demand of the people, and we should push it ahead so that we really consolidate the support that we have. God bless you.
Good afternoon, colleagues.
Good afternoon.
Called Patrick Kopio. Patrick Kopio is my name. One of the aspirants for Lira City West. Actually, where we are seated, it is within my constituency. And I'm very happy and glad that I'm the one hosting people. Thank you very much. I don't have a lot of things to say because I have very many activities. I came when people were ready for the meeting. I went for a burial. I have a burial within my constituency here, just a neighbor with the other side. That's where I've been. Then I have another burial, the other side of Anayo Bear. So it is still within my constituency. So I'm also needed there. Now, my message is only two things. We are very, very lucky that the community are in our support. I've seen it wherever I move, I really get a lot of support. So my message is, let's be united. Let's have one voice and let's have courage. We should not fear, meaning we should not fear. Yes. That's in local language. Meruti unuma achunywa te ke ko wan ti achunywa te lo aneno lo akete mo te lo buyorwa mo ka wan po bele achunywa te lo akdanga mo. Now there are issues there in the community. I interact so much with the community. Yes. Me, I don't move to town. I just stay with the community. Now one thing which I've found there on the ground is that some people are not certain whether Kyagulanyi can be the president of Uganda. Are you getting me? Yes. So that is a message to us that now they have not understood our goal, mission 2021. Are you getting me? So it is on our side that now we need to encourage them. We need to give them the history of this country. Yes. You get me? We give them the history of this country. Obote became prime minister when he was 37 years old. Now, what of Kyagulanyi, who is even more than 37? Can't he be the president? Yes. So you give them that biography, then they will come to understanding. They will understand that it is possible, it can happen. Yes. Though we have very many propaganda. You know, politics of NRM is full of propaganda. You know, they talk ill about somebody to discredit you. You get me? So we need to see a way of refuting that kind of falsehood allegations which they always put on our candidates. You get me? So that is it. Apo you might take maybe you can.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I therefore ask the room to suspend this meeting for now, but we are left with yet again a very important activity that is marching to the bypass to install the bypass, roundabout, to install the picture of the president, which was donated by none other than Noah Mutwe. He actually donated 2 banners. One will be installed up here on the roof, and one will be there at the bypass. And also to bring to your notice the people who might have arrived late, this office is facelifted by the Boston Club. I want to recognize David Makumbi for your efforts. I recognize Comrade Alex for your efforts. As if that is not enough, I also put my request to you yet again that we need flag for the party, the national flag, and for the East Africa. We have purchased only one for the party, and each flag cost 120 Ugandan shillings. We also need the flag mast and other things. If that is done, then this will be a complete office, and it will be a complete work done. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Here we can move. I ask. Yes, we are taking a group photo out and we march to the bypass. Thank you.
Baganda bange bonna babaddeko ku mukutu babadde bawuliriza meeting ewedde bulungi, era baganda bange mbakakasa era mbazaamu amaanyi nti ababaddeko ne muwuliriza ensonga ezo, abantu baffe bano bamalirivu era beetegefu mu buli nsonga yonna, era bo nga bo banywevu mu buli mbeera yonna. So baganda bange, tuba twogera ku nsonga zino tetuba mu kusaaga, tuba tukitegeeza era tuba bamalirivu nnyo. Kale n'olwekyo tuli mu nteekateeka za kutambuza banayo omukulembeze benga tubako tugenda okugissa nga buli avaayo akakasa bukakasa nti Kyagulanyi ye pulezidenti ow'ekkumi owa Uganda addako. So baganda bange mwenna gye muli, temugwamu maanyi baleme bawugula ensolo ku kizigo kweri. Bazaamu amaanyi nti buli kimu wano kiri mu nteekateeka, era baganda baffe ndowooza mubalaba bulungi nnyo, bamalirivu buli kye bakola, banywevu mu buli nsonga yonna, era be bamu ku bantu nze benkakasa nti bo bayimirira ku nsonga, tebadda mabega, era bo nga bw'obalaba bo baasalawo nti ekibaka kibe. Kyagulanyi ku ntikko, Kyagulanyi ye mukulembeze waffe addako ow'ekkumi agenda okufuga Uganda, era mu ntebe gye tuli, Kyagulanyi mu ntebe, Kyagulanyi entebe. Baganda bange bazaamu amaanyi nti so kale zimu ku nteekateeka ezo tugeza okubaako nga tutambuza era buli kimu nsuubira kiri bulungi nnyo kiriwo enteekateeka zitambudde bulungi. Tetufunye kutataganyizibwa kwonna nti buli kimu kibadde kiri organized era abamu ku bamemba baffe abamu beesimbyewo nga bamalirivu mu ngeri yonna era nabo ensonga eri emu bagamba tusooke tukulembeze Kyagulanyi gwe mutwe omunene tulina okubunyisa enjiri mu bantu ngera omu ku bakulembeze ayogedde naga nti obumu ku buzibu oba abantu bwe babuuza mu kyalo buli gye bagenda bababuuza nti kweri Kyagulanyi mwetegefu okukulembera eggwanga nga beebuuza nti Kyagulanyi mwetegefu okukulembera eggwanga. So kale n'olwekyo baganda bange kati omulimu omunene gwe tuyina twetaaga posters eziwera. Posters zetwaleeta zo zaali ntono ddala nga tezimala. Twetaagira ddala posters ezimala obulungi.
Ogenda kutudda mu maaso wale.
Twetaagira ddala posters ezimala. Sobola okuba nga omulimu tugutambuza naye nga bo bakkiriza ne bagaa nti Kyagulanyi katukulembere. Kuba tujjukire nti ebifo bino baganda bange wenna ali awuliriza nti we twogera ku Northern Uganda ebyafaayo bya Uganda mubitegera bulungi nnyo baganda bange. Era nga kino ekibuga kyavaamu ono omukulembeze omugenzi yafa Milton Obote nga wano mu Northern Uganda wewanirira wazaalibwa. So kale kizaamu amaanyi ne tutukakasa nti mu butuufu be bamu ku bantu abaagala enkulaakulana. Webali nnyo muganda wange. Muganda wange
kino kyemukoze kyonna kyamaanyi nnyo maanyi gammwe. Bannayuganda bwe nzijanga nenkukubira omulanga nnuwa mutwe mudduukidde. Omulimu mugulabye nze kati wano mba nkola history. Gyono kye tukola actions mbagambye Northern Region wano support y'amaanyi nnyo katulina consolidating awaffe bano abantu basalawo bano abantu bakooye. So baganda bange nuwa mutwe nkyayagala omulimu gw'amaanyi mu North wano wakyaliwo omulimu gw'amaanyi. So baganda bange mbakubira omuganda tutambule
muterere. Kale n'olwekyo baganda bange ke kadde tulina otambuza omukulembeze waffe omutwale wetuno omusinga baana y'omukulembeze ekadde tuli mu kugitambuza baganda bange. Ndowooza ekintu mukirabira ddala baganda bange temugwamu maanyi nowa mutwe ensonga agikwasaganya baganda bange. Nowa mutwe tumwebalize ddala nnyo baganda bange nti omulimu gwakoze oba omulimu gwakola era ye ng'omuntu yevuddemu n'agamba nti tuleme kwesiba mu bibuga baganda bange mu Northern abasajja batwetaaga. Obuwagizi bwa Kyagulanyi buyitirivu muganda wange wenna ali eyawuliriza. Muganda wange Kyagulanyi y'ensonga. Baganda bange tuddemu tetugwamu maanyi tulemereko ddala baganda bange nti wenna ali eyo watwa tuze gy'oli muganda wange temugwamu maanyi. Wenna alina obusobozi wenna alina kitono ky'olina muganda wange kiweeyo olw'obulungi bw'eggwanga mukitegeera baganda bange. So kale n'olwekyo tetugwamu maanyi. Abasajja batulaze obuwagizi baganda bange. Abasajja Kyagulanyi bamwagadde. Abasajja Kyagulanyi bamulaze tebayita omukwano baganda bange. Era tubakakasa nti ebbanga ettono NUP lyebaddewo baganda bange. Kikwewuunyisa nti mu district eziri mu Northern bamaze dda okwendoosinga Kyagulanyi Sentamu era nga signatures zonna tubazifunye era bakkiriza nti Kyagulanyi abakulembere ye mukulembeze waffe 10 addako era nga abasajja abasanyufu nnyo baganda bange. So baganda bange mwenna gye muli tubazaamu amaanyi era tubakakasa nti omulimu gwo gutambula kitegeera baganda bange. So tubeebaza mwenna abali eyo temugwamu maanyi tulemere ku nsonga Kyagulanyi ye mukulembeze waffe owe10 addako. So baganda bange mwenna abali eyo bwetubanga twogera ku nsonga eno tugitwale mu maaso ate nga tugitwale kiri serious nnyo. So mwenna abali eyo baganda bange tubasaba obuwagizi bwammwe omulimu gukyali munene ogulina okukolebwa baganda bange munene nnyo baganda bange mwenna bambuliriza n'olwekyo tubasaba twonna obubanga olina gy'oli wetukutuukira nti muganda wange tusaba ku buyambi muganda wange butuwe tusobole okubanga tubunyisa enjiri ya NUP baganda bange so tubeebaliza ddala nnyo era kati wano wetulaga tugenda roundabout abali ku mukutu abategeera kukuwa eriva e Kampala okuddeerira nga ku roundabout wetugenda okutuuka wetugenda okusimba omukulembeze waffe addako era zino ze zimu ku motoka nti egumu ku makubo gaffe muganda wange nga twolekera kubanga tugenda okusimba posta ya president waffe ansonga nti kaposta kabaddewo kabadde katini so katugenda tusimbawo posta ennene so kale baganda bange omulimu gwo gutambula temugwamu maanyi tulemere ku nsonga tukitegeera so kale n'olwekyo baganda bange ekintu tukiremereko tulemere ku nsonga NUP buli wamu tumunyise enjiri ya Kyagulanyi baganda bange bwena gy'oli tulemereko batuwagidde bambi batulaga obuwagizi buli wetulaga batulagira dda nti Kyagulanyi Sentamu ye mukulembeze addako ow'ekumi Kyagulanyi ye mukulembeze addako baganda bange wena ali eyo muganda wange tuli bamalirivu nnyo abasajja bamalirivu muganda wange everywhere basajja bamalirivu omulimu gutambula muganda wange so n'olwekyo muganda wange wena ali eyo wetwetwogera ku nsonga zino tuba tuli bamalirivu era tuba tukakasa ki tuba kigenda maaso muganda wange so n'olwekyo tubazaamu amaanyi nti muganda wange abasajja bamalirivu muganda wange abasajja Kyagulanyi bamulaze omukwano kyewuunyisa nti ebbanga ettono lye tubaddewo muganda wange ebbanga lye tubaddewo muganda wange sikinkyazi zonna twazifunye dda era bo bagamba ekiba kakibe mukulembeze waffe Kyagulanyi ye pulezidenti waffe so baganda bange mbaaniriza nambasaba obuwagizi bwammwe wenna wooli wenna wooli muganda wange beera mumalirivu ku nsonga eno so kwetuli nnyo baganda bange so obwe bwagizi bwaffe baganda bange tubasaba tulemereko omulimu gwo gutambulira ddala so n'olwekyo tuli bantu baddembe nga batulaba nga omutulaba baganda bange batuyisa ebintu byonna naye tugezaako nnyo balaga nti tuli basajja bamalirivu tuli baddembe otuyita byonna bye baagala naye ensonga yaffe tugimanyi Kyagulanyi ye pulezidenti waffe addako so n'olwekyo muganda wange wenna ali eyo kintu kino tukikwasaganya tukitwalaganya kubanga tuwanika omukulembeze waffe addako muganda wange wenna gy'oli so muganda wange togwamu maanyi muganda wange n'owamutwe tukwebaliza ddala muganda wange omulimu gwokola buli kimu wano kitambula so tubeere bagumu tulemereko baganda bange omulimu gwo gutambula muganda wange wano wetulaga ku roundabout wetugenda okusimba posta y'omukulembeze waffe so n'olwekyo muganda wange wenna ali eyo wetukutuukako muganda wange nga tulina kyetugamba muganda wange gino gye gimu ku mirimu gye twogerako brother timunange Kyagulanyi tulina okumutimba buli wamu buli bw'olimanya tambuza message tuusa buli kyosobola saayo buli kyosobola muganda wange Kyagulanyi Sentamu tumwendoosinge brother wenna ali eyo twebaliza ddala timwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala wano tutuuse we tugenda osimba omukulembeze waffe nga buli avaayo waakiri amukubako ku liiso naye nakkiriza naga nti omulimu gwo gutambulira ddala baganda bange. So n'olwekyo baganda bange tubeebaza buli support yonna gye mutuwa, obuwagizi bwonna bwe mutulaga muganda wange. Wano we tulina osimba omukulembeze waffe ow'ekitiibwa. So ensonga zonna tuzoogerako, tuba tukolera ddala omulimu muganda wange. So n'olwekyo baganda bange twebaliza ddala yonna gye muli, omulimu musufu nnyo 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 nnyo. Muganda wange ali eyo, muganda wange Kyagulanyi Sentamu, tumuwanise Kyagulanyi Sentamu buli wamu muganda wange. Sajja bonna bakkiriza dda bagamba President Kyagulanyi yaddako, yesuubi ly'Abannayuganda. Buli bw'otuuka olaba n'abasajja bano nabo batuuka okukkiriza naga nedda. People power.
Our power.
People power. Everywhere. NUP. Everywhere. NUP. So n'olwekyo baganda bange,
where our poster, our banner will be, fully installed and put. Hey, by the way, in every culture in Uganda, there is an animal or there is some kind of thing that they honor that represents them, the symbol. Like in Acholi, we have an elephant. In Buganda, we have what?
Lion.
Yes, we have a drum. We have a drum in Buganda. In West Nile, we have the cock. In Lango sub-region, we have the rhino. So this is the big gentle giant. Yes. So we first pay some respect to him. Respect general. Now we respect him. And you know, this is where our banner will be, and this is fully installed and is fully fledged. In case you see anybody tampering with it, you let us know immediately. We have the informal sector, and our Bobi of Lango sub-region is not around here. You have the informal sector who will take care of this, and we want it to be here until the day we are swearing in Bobi as president at Entebbe airport. That's when we shall remove this is our home, and this is where we will be staging as National Unity Platform. In as far as mobilization, these are ahead of the 2021 general elections. We are trying to do as much as possible, much publicity as possible, and we believe that by the time comes, we expect more. For us, we do it by surprise. We always surprise. Exactly. But this is just a drop in an ocean. The first bit. It's the first shot. We call it the first shot.
Exactly.
More.
Okay.
Strike machine.
Let us wait for our handlers to come. We can take a photo around it before we display.
All right.
By the way, we want to thank the community of those welders. We had a small banner that was donated to us by people from
So kondete wana baganda bange balaki. So baganda bange jangu akaba. Baganda bange kano ke kabana ke tubaddeyo nako. Kabaketegereze. Eno ebana ke kabana ke tubaddeyo nako ndowooza olaba bakakuma bulungi. So zaako balengezeko wansi wali bali bemulaba bali bebatukuumira baana eno bebagitereko bulungi. So tutaddewo president wano gitunuze gikomye weno. So tutaddewo president wano. So baganda bange let me come. Baganda bange ze kati ngenda basiibulira wano eno nnyo mwebale nnyo.
The president oye, winning oye, Ugandan Pia oye, losing Z, Museveni must go, Museveni must go, Museveni must what? Go!